Okay. Well, this is a stream. I'm gonna be recording it too. Okay, so today we're going to be covering the lost relics and other hidden lore that you can find around NIkke inside the game. We'll start with corruption tree. We'll start with the Red Ash event page. We'll start with the Red Ash event. Corruption treatment records 1. Record number 0011 1-1 layback. Are you saying that you can cure corruption? Yes, it's a disease. And so we have to treat it. This isn't an everyday cold, you know. You know more than anyone else what I've been through. I've been corrupted by the raptures. I know. You don't have to remind me. Then don't bother. You know it doesn't work. That's not for certain. Just forget it. I'd rather go out and die an honorable death on the field than spend my days getting turned into a pincushion. You're free to go out and fight all you want. But before you do, just let me draw some blood. That's precisely what I don't want to do. Why? Are you scared of needles? Hardy har, you know that's not it. Is it because it might confirm that there's no antidote? Are you so afraid that I might not find a cure? I'd have you shocked. We haven't even tried yet. The least we can do is try. We have to do our best to fight this thing. We can beat it. Let's just say, or no, let's just stop talking about it. So you're going to throw your hands up and give up. Is that it? Run away like a coward without even fighting? Is that what you really want? What else am I supposed to do? Fine, let's say we go through with this. What will it change? Will it get rid of the corruption? Will it prolong my life? It will change your mindset. You'll be putting your best foot forward, and you'll be less likely to give up. You're not a lost cause. You're surrounded by people who care about you. You have to tell yourself that you want to live. I'm begging you. I'm asking you to trust me just this once. Give me a chance to try and cure you. To do my best to fight against this corruption. Can you give me that much? Rapunzel, I can't just sit back and let this claim you. I don't want to lose a colleague. And a friend. I never thought I'd hear such things from someone who lived such a sheltered life. You're really laying it on thick, aren't you? Well, I was a potential candidate to be the next pope after all. I've always had a proclivity for glibness. Fine. I suppose it'd be a bit disgraceful to give up without a fight. If you're that insistent, I'll give it a shot. Red Hood. Red Hood extends her arm. Take your damn blood. Let's see what we're up against here. Thank you for putting your faith in me. Ugh, so corny. Give her a rest and take the blood sample already. Red Hood rolls up her sleeve and extends her arm out once again. Okay, and thank Stick. Rapunzel sticks the needle into Red Hood's arm mid-sentence. Ah! You didn't say it hurt. Don't be such a crybaby. This is a perfectly normal shot. Normal my ass. Are you sure you stuck me properly? Of course I did. At least it felt right when it went in. It hurts like hell. How many more of these do we have to do? Let's see, 7 more to go. What? That's it. I'm done. Playback ends. Record number 001-2. Playback. Rapunzel hands a vial of green liquid to Red Hood. What is this toxic-looking sludge? Doesn't even look edible. It's medicine. Medicine? For who? Who do you think? Don't tell me that this is a cure. That's right. Based on the data we've compiled, and from analyzing the blood that we drew from you, I formulated a preliminary antidote. You already come up with a prototype? You're even more skilled than I thought. I'm not the one who made it. We have VTC to thank for that. My role was simply to analyze the data and hand it to VTC. Okay. Well, what it's said, that it's never exactly said what VTC stands for. There's some of the lead researchers really, in charge in cooperation with the central government. But it's also still hinted that they might have a slight connection to the Vatican. Hey now, don't shortchange yourself. That's still super impressive. I'm starting to feel spoiled with you looking after me so much. Stop babbling and try it. I'm supposed to observe your reaction and give VTC a status report. Alright, down the hatch then. Red Hood takes a green liquid from Rapunzel. She pauses. Rapunzel. Why aren't you drinking it? Well, it's just... Motherfucker. It's just, it looks absolutely disgusting. Medicine isn't supposed to taste good. I was actually thinking about this recently. If they can make all this medicine that treats previously incurable diseases, how come they can't make some that taste half decent? Do they intentionally make them taste bad to torture us? What? Honestly, it's where they derive some kind of sick pleasure from watching people suffer. What? That's absurd. Why would we force people to do such a thing? I didn't say anything about force feeding. That's on you. Stop kidding around and drink it already. Oh, I'm not really digging this color. It reeks too. Red Hood. Okay, fine, I'll drink it. Here we go. Red Hood downs the green liquid all in one go. Good lord, what is this? It tastes like mop water that's been left in the sun. How would you even know what that tastes like? I think I'm gonna barf. Other than nauseous, how are you feeling? Any dizziness or fever? Do your hands or legs feel numb? If you were asking, I'm not really sure. But I really do think it's gonna happen. What? I'm gonna vomit. No, don't. If you do, you'll need to drink it all over again. Blech. Red Hood! My back ends. I don't blame her. If someone could come up with this colorful expression as mop water, it's been left under the sun for too long, it's gotta taste pretty bad. Records number 001-3 playback. Don't know when it started, but Saint has stopped looking me in the eye. That was what Red Hood was thinking. More medicine? Huh? What are you so startled for? I'm asking if I have to take more medicine. Oh, yes. Come to think of it, you stopped taking blood samples. You couldn't get enough of them before. That's just because I know how painful it is for you when I do them. Are you sure it's not because you don't need my data anymore? No. Of course we need it. I just wanted to give you a little break from it. That's all. Even now. Is VTC making any progress? Well, they're continuing their research on the treatment, but progress has been slow. She can't look me in the eye. Saintis, this medicine. Yes? Is it really a treatment for corruption? Lately, it tastes more like vitamins than anything else. Is there something wrong with the medicine? There have also been whole stacks of research papers on your desk. Is the smell bothering you again? She hasn't mentioned anything new about the development of an antidote. I tried to make it less offensive than before, but I can see the hope fading from her eyes. Rapunzel. Huh? Am I going to make it? Why are you using my real name? Can you still say that this corruption is treatable? Red Hood? It's nothing. Just haven't called you by your name in a long time. This medicine is still hideous looking. Shouldn't they have been able to find a way to make it easier on the eyes by now? Her hands are trembling ever so slightly. She gazes at me anxiously. The corner of her mouth froze hesitantly. The air is filled with a sense of regret and sorrow. I already know the answer. It's not possible. Things haven't felt right for a while now. There's no cure. What are you saying? Guess I don't have much of a choice. Another day. Another dose of this disgusting medicine. Thank you for everything. Playback ends. I'll be right back. Okay. I'll get an unconstrained one. Record number 002-1 playback. Mutual dislike. Like oil and water. Just say what you want to say. Today I shall edify thee on the pleasure of using one's own body. Sounds a little sus. With the sword, no thanks. I'm not in the mood and I don't want to get my clothes dirty. I've been trying hard to keep them clean for the past few days. Even better. I shall see to it that your garments are soiled through. God damn it, Scarlet. You gotta make things sound less sus. Especially when you look at with that fucking salacious grin, bro. What the hell? Have you ever listened to yourself speak? You sound uncouth and uneducated. Since thou dost accuse me of these crimes every day, 'tis only appropriate for me to act a part. Whenever Scarlet and Dorothy meet, they're immediately at each other's throat like two wild dogs. There are few words in the English language that can accurately describe the animosity between these two. Try and block this. You are really persistent. Wow, these two are sure full of piss and vinegar. Scarlet, Dorothy, are you fighting again? This is the 24th time today. Actually, I believe it was 26. Regardless. I'm getting tired of having to clean up after you two every time you get into a tussle. Oh, so it's you who's always cleaning up the mess. I was wondering. Forsooth, I believed 'twas Dorothy, for she's so obsessed with cleanliness. So you've been pawning off your responsibilities to Snow White? Give me a break. I read no such thing. Moreover, you never even considered cleaning up at yourself for a single second. Steady thy tongue. So long as what I require is within reach, 'tis enough for mine sensibilities. What need is there to spend time frivolously faffing about with this and that? You're a real slob, you know that? What did you call me? This impertinent tongue waggling against me is because you have a little notion of what a true slob actually constitutes. Scarlet, Dorothy, would you two please cut it out? Or at the very least, please clean up after you've had a row. What? Why are you putting me in a headlock? Steady now, Snow White. I think this little scuffle of theirs will last at least another hour or two, wouldn't you say? So let them be. But I haven't said all I wanted to say! Now let me go! After Redhead and Snow White leave, after the sun had set and dinner time had long since passed, Scarlet and Dorothy's squabble continued unabated. Until Lily Weiss and the commander came to put a stop to it. Record number 002-2, playback. So, as soon as the commander and I aren't around, this is what happens. Lily Weiss surveys the room around her, which looks as if a hurricane had just blown through it. I've done all I can to try to keep them apart, but they were particularly nasty with each other today, and I don't care to intervene. I'm sorry. Why are you apologizing? They're the ones responsible for this. Where are they now? Well, sure enough, she soiled my shirt. Scrub. Now it's all stained and it's not coming off. Great. Just great. She's a complete vulgarian, utterly lacking in all etiquette. A total brute who is always spoiling for a fight. She insists on sparring with me even when she can't win. Not to mention how she never cleans up after herself. And the room has all those animal pelts lying around everywhere. It's revolting. Whenever I step in there, I feel as if bugs are crawling all over me. Can't find a single redeeming factor about her. I need a break. Dorothy walks off. Meanwhile, such bluster, such haughtiness she has. I failed in taking the wind from her sails. This is rather peculiar. I was convinced I could break her given her fixation on cleanliness. I hardly expected our skirmish to last for so long. Perhaps a frontal assault is not the answer. Nay, it is impossible. She is not but a conceited dunderhead, a sharp-tongued dandy who is as shallow as she is full of herself. And perhaps most egregiously of all, she looked down upon the path of the sword. I will break her yet, and I will do so through direct confrontation. Yes, I will make it so. But first, before that, I believe I must convalesce for a moment. Scarlet Leaves. Record number 002-3, playback. Dorothy is heading to her favorite place, where she always takes her afternoon tea. A place with breathtaking scenery and where gorgeous flowers abound. A place she can call home, but... Pray tell, what brings thee here of all places? I was about to ask you. The very same thing. This is where I always drink my... I'm going to reveal how much this place means to her. Dorothy stops herself. Instead, she fixates her gaze on a certain something in Scarlet's hands. What are you drinking? Oh, this. Some floral tea. Seeing here is rather breathtaking, so I venture here from time to time to enjoy a cup of tea. You're telling me that you drink floral tea? Doth my words fall on deaf ears? Would you perchance like to try? 'Tis made from goldenrod. Scarlet hands the cup over to Dorothy, who hesitated for a moment after receiving it. The aroma is undeniably alluring, however, and she finds herself almost subconsciously taking a sip. This is marigold. Sweet aftertaste is divine. Where did you get this? I brewed it myself. What? You brewed this tea? The entire thing all by yourself. I beg thee, avert thy gaze. Do not regard me as if I were a freak of nature. The interest in herbal tea is long established. Many horticultural samples are festooned around my chambers. Have you not seen them? No, I've never been able to get past the animal skins. The flowers are most diminutive. Perhaps that explains why thine eyes did not chance upon them. At any rate, to be able to recognize which strain thou art imbibing from merely one sip is impressive. It doth seem thou art most erudite on the subject of tea. Well, if I'm being honest, this is a place I come often to enjoy a cup of tea. Oh, just like me. You have a good taste. Well, in that regard at least, I suppose you do as well. And I must admit this tea is superb. So thou art fond of the golden rod tea? Very much so, yes. You are more than welcome to come and partake along with me. I'll think about it. Might I ask, why thou dost hold the cup of tea in such a peculiar fashion? What do you mean? My pinky is protruding outwards when you take a sip. Perhaps thy diction is afflicted with an ailment of some sort. You pay attention to the smallest things. Call me crazy, but I felt for some time now that you were particularly interested in me. Interest? Forsooth. Perhaps thou could say so. Perseverance ensures success. As thou hast claimed, I have always been observing you. So you've been stalking me? In what world is that acceptable behavior? We both have finished our tea. Let us go for another round. No, I don't want to get my clothes dirty. They're already soiled as is. A bit more grime would be of nugatory importance. I really can't stand you. Where art thou going, Dorothy? Dost thou retreat from me? No, I'm heading back to the base. Playback ends. That's where they started to get along more. First meeting. Record number 003-1 playback. I am Dorothy, Grimsmile number 2, and I have been assigned to the Goddess Squad. Looking forward to working with y'all. Wow, someone else finally passed. Turns out there actually are people compatible with the program. You are NIkke, aren't you? I am, correct. From the outside, you're indistinguishable from a real human. Hey, aren't I a NIkke too? Sure, but your appearance is slightly different from the humans. Huh? How? Nuclear destruction? I apologize for the commander's behavior. He sometimes goes on these nonsensical tangents. Jeez, it feels like you tore my arm out of the socket. You're fine, don't worry. This isn't quite what I imagined it would be. What isn't? I thought everything would have a bit more of a refined air to it. More noble, perhaps? Especially considering we're the last line of defense between mankind and complete annihilation. Are you somehow implying that we're Crash? No, I didn't mean that. I just didn't expect you all to be so laid back. We get our fair share of tension on the battlefield, so we have to make the most of whatever fun we can have. Did you say your name was Dorothy? Yes. What's your battle experience? None. Have you ever fired a weapon? Negative. Not even in a simulation? No. How in the world are we going to find a use for you? I can be of use, I assure you. I have everything I need to know up here in my head. So you're another one of those types. In lieu of practical experience, you've got an all-encompassing knowledge of various theories and stratagems. And so you believe you can be deployed straight away. You know what all these kinds of people have in common? They get killed. Sucks for them. Are you even listening to what I'm saying? Dorothy, at this point, we can't put much faith in your professed skills. So if it's okay with you, I'd like to conduct a test. If I'm being honest, I'm a bit offended. I realize we've only just met, but to say you don't trust me straight to my face? We just don't want any of our members getting killed. If you think someone won't last long on the field, you won't accept them to begin with. It might sound hard, but yes. It's up to you. You can refuse the test, but if you do, you won't be able to join the team. Let's get this over with. 1 hour later. Are we done? Any other tests? Were the results no good? I personally thought I did well, but maybe I didn't meet your standards. Welcome to the Gaia Squad, Dorothy. You did amazing. I think you even broke a few records. Are you sure you're new to all this? Alright, it's party time. We were given an allowance to hold some festivities, but we're told we can't spend it all between just the two of us. If we don't use it by tomorrow, we'll have to return the funds. Finally, we gotta have a party. Sounds fun? There's something I'd like to ask of you, just for the record. Go ahead. What was your reason for becoming a NIkke? I wanted to go back to the past. If I defeat all these infernal creatures, I believe things can go back to how they used to be. Okay, I understand. You can't go back to the past. Commander! Remember what the outcome of this battle is. The past that you're longing for is gone. However, you can't unleash your frustrations on those things that ruined your life and made it part of the past I can never go past to. You can unleash your frustrations on those things that ruined your life and made it part of a past that can never be reclaimed. I like that too. Playback ends. Record number 003-2, playback. My name's Rapunzel. I'm Grimm's model number 3 and I've been assigned to the Goddess Squad. I'm glad to be a part of the team. What exactly are you? She looks like a nun. Is that what you are? Yes. Where did you say you came from? I'm from VTC. When you say VTC, do you mean the medical center operated by the church group? Yes, that's correct. Now I think about it, your face looks kind of familiar. Weren't you the leading candidate to assume the papacy? I left all that behind. Why? You have such a bright future ahead of you. I couldn't bear but to sit back watching all the suffering in this world and not do anything about it. Yet, despite my desire to stand up and do something, I found myself in an environment where human dignity had perished and base survival was the driving force behind all decisions. I was powerless to do anything. That's when I heard about all of you. Stories circulated about how you all were a beacon of light bringing back hope into the world. I wanted to be a part of that. That's why I'm here. I wish to become a goddess of victory. Faith alone will not get us through this trial. The time has come for us to take up arms. That is why I was determined to be eligible for this program. You speak like a saint. Truly. A holy warrior. I'm looking forward to working with all of you. As a wing, may I ask what kind of skills you have? Yes. I'm quite adept at praying. Once I prayed continuously for 3 entire days without any rest. I've also garnered praise for my preaching and public speaking engagements. I even participated in the church choir. I was referring more to your skills in battle. Oh, my apologies. The staff that I use has the power to regenerate Goddesium. Goddesium? Remind me what that is again. What our bodies are all composed of. I knew that. I was just testing to make sure you knew. Sure you were. Anyway, how is regenerating Goddesium out of thin air even possible? To be more precise, I can replenish small amounts of Goddesium particles in damaged areas. For example, I'd be able to undo the damage done by a gunshot. So it's like filling up a hole. Wouldn't that negatively affect certain functions? Not at all. I'm well versed in our internal structures. This knowledge was imparted in me during the process of becoming a NIkke, and therefore know precisely what each individual part of our body requires in order to function properly. So you're a healer as well? A woman of many talents, indeed. So long as we've got you in the team, we can fight without a care in the world. I would still urge you all to exercise caution in battle. I can heal certain injuries up to a point, but if the wounds are too severe, my powers won't be of much use. I also have a beam distortion ability, and my hair also acts as a scrambler for certain electronics. Although my physical prowess may not measure up to the rest of you, I'll be able to provide you with adequate support and allow you to focus on the fight. Are you able to heal humans as well? I'm afraid not. Oh, that's too bad. Why do you ask? The commander is the one who's always getting hurt. Humans are such frail creatures, so I find it mystifying why he insists on standing at the very front in battle. Hey, I'm nothing to sneeze at, it's just that you all are so freakishly strong. Anyway, once you get unpacked, I'll give you a tour of the airship's interior. Wait, did you not bring any luggage with you? No, I brought a few... Wait. Oh dear, I was in such a rush that I must have forgotten to bring my things. What should I do now? We're quite a ways from VTC. They don't deliver here, do they? She's a bit absent-minded, that's for sure. Totally harebrained. The lights are on, but no one's home. Playback ends. I'll be back again. Okay. We're back. Record number 003-3 playback. We're detachment. You're late. What are you all doing? That Raptor just emitted some kind of EMP. All of our weapons are malfunctioning. My scrambler isn't working either, nor is my staff. This is bad. We'll have to take the fight close to them. Stay behind us, Commander. We're about to engage in close quarters combat and we won't be able to protect you. Have you all gone mad? You're all specialized in firearms, not CQC. I'm ordering a retreat. If we're unable to defend this place, I know we'll lose one of our biggest weapons depositories. But none of our assets here are even close to being as valuable as you all are. Losing you would be a far more devastating blow, so I'm telling you retreat. Everyone prepare to retreat. Excuse me, can I check the weapons real quick? What's a kid doing in a place like this? Who are you? I'm Snow White, Grimm's model number 4. I wanted to give a proper self-introduction, but considering how desperate the situation is, we'll skip the formalities for the moment. Snow White? There's no time. Hand over your weapons to me and I'll fix them. No, we have to retreat. We gotta fall back. Just give me a minute. I can fix it. Otherwise, can you hold out for 1 minute? For Snow White, of course I can. You heard that, Snow White? You've got 1 minute. Understood. A moment later. All clear. Nicely done, everyone. Good job. Whew, that got a bit hairy. You said your name was Snow White? Yes, thank you. You really saved our skins back there. Don't mention it. How did you do that? You repaired all of our weapons in 1 minute flat. Maybe she just blew some air into the chambers? Yes, I mean, no, it wasn't that simple. Commander, for goodness sake. What? It was just a little joke. Look at her, she's practically a child. Okay, sorry. No, it's okay. Anyways, pat Snow White on the shoulder. Thanks for saving us. I'm just glad that you're safe, Lilith. You two know each other? Yeah, we've met before. As soon as my transformation was complete, I was assigned to the Goddess Squad, but I wasn't confident enough. So I stayed shut in my room and focused on crafting weapons. Eventually, though, Lilith helped me get out of my shell, and I mustered up the courage to join your squad properly. I'm glad to finally be a part of the team. If your weapon is ever damaged or if you want to upgrade it, just give Snow White a ring. As you can see, she's a real prodigy when it comes to weapons. Oh geez, it's embarrassing when you put it like that. Is she adorable or is she adorable? Very adorable. Play back in. Okay, I've got water now. First meeting, number 4. Record number 003-4 playback. What's this package? Did you order something, Commander? No. Looks to me like there could be a person inside. Should we open it? Absolutely not. What if it's been rigged with explosives? Even if that ends up being true, you'd be the one in danger, not us. And can someone stand in front of me? What? What's so wrong about me valuing my own life? There's nothing wrong with it, it's just... You don't exactly instill confidence when you say things like that. Who cares about making others feel good when your own life is at stake? Fine, Rapunzel. You can come stand in front of me and be sure to turn on that scrambler of yours. Very well. Where's Snow White, by the way? She's in the workshop. Apparently she had something urgent she needed to take care of. Running away from danger. Such cowardice. Should I open it then? Wait, let me catch my breath first. Leewise lifts up the lid of the steel box. Nothing's happening. Surprise! Falling asleep. What in the world? How in the world did my legs fall asleep? I'm a NIkke. Who are you? Give me a second, will you? Let me stretch my legs first. Red Hood struggles to stand up. Oof. Ooh, that's better. Commander, I think this is... Yes, I believe she's our new member who's supposed to arrive today. Ah, so you are the Goddess Squad. The name's Red Hood. Any chance any of you like old music? No one? Then get a load of this. One listen and you'll never be able to get enough. Who did you say you were again? Red Hood. I've been assigned to the Goddess Squad. I think they said I was Grimm's model number 5 or something like that. If you ask me though, I should clearly be number 1. Could you perhaps explain what you're doing in that box? Well, it'd be a bit boring if I just walked in, wouldn't it? I wanted to give you a little surprise, but you sure took your sweet time. It's good to be cautious, but you could have a little consideration for the person that's stuffed inside the box. I don't think many people tend to think that way. Red Hood clambers out of the box. So you all live in this airship? The views are to die for. It's stuffy in here though. Can I crack open a window? I don't think that's a good idea. No? Fine then. Where's my room? I prefer one with a nice view. Oh, do you even have a spare charger? I was in a bit of a hurry getting here. I forgot mine. How do I put this? She comes on a bit strong. I agree. Still, it's nice to have someone with a bit of energy. Yeah, I love her energy. As an ADHD motherfucker, I love her energy. If you say so, playback ends. Record number 003-5, playback. This is Scarlet. What a mess. Do you think anyone's alive? Highly doubted. You said this was an internal conflict amongst the mass-produced Nikkes? Sounds like we're dealing with a civil war. Reports are that inner skirmishes have occurred amongst one of the specialized units. The offending unit in question is comprised of mass-produced Nikkes who specialize in melee combat. Considering the state this place is in, I'd say their skills are beyond reproach. Do you happen to know if that unit uses swords? Yes, they do. How did you know that? This is supposed to be classified information. I couldn't find any bullet holes or remnants from any explosions. All I see are slash marks, which indicates that something sharp was used. Using a sword against Rapture, is that even possible? I'd say they achieved something, even if it's nothing to write home about. Anyway, I don't think there's much point in searching for survivors. But let's look all the same. Rapunzel and I will check the right. Snow and I will take the front. I guess that leaves the left for you and me, Commander. You lead the way. No one move. I'll slash you where you stand. What's the Swordmaster doing here? Are you a survivor? Wait, let me check you to see. I told you to stay put. You're a survivor from the specialized units? Survivor? Does I look like I depend on the mercy of others to survive? Are you saying... Are you responsible for all this? Leave this place. Do not desecrate my friend's battlefield. And if we refuse, then prepare to meet the business end of my blade. But now do you think you are threatening us? I'd like to see you try and use that sword on me. Red Hood starts to juke left and right. See how quickly I move? What are you going to do now? Come on, just try and hit me with that kitchen knife of yours. Sigh. Sky rushes forward in a sun gust of wind and quickly closes in on Red Hood. With startling speed, she swings her sword, and just as the blade is about to touch Red Hood's neck, Red Hood raises her rifle to block the strike. What the? You actually took a swing at me. Have you lost your mind? Red Hood and Scarlet start trading blows, descending into a flurry of punches and kicks. You're a pretty good scrapper. Do you fight a lot? What dost thou think? Forsooth, my thoughts doth come up empty-handed. One of Red Hood's kicks lands square on Scarlet's stomach. Scarlet smacks Red Hood in the ribs with the blunt end of her sword. Shouldn't we stop them? Probably should. Blue Eyes darts in between the two dueling Nikkes. So fast! Hey, don't get in our way. What's your name? Red Hood? Not you. Why dost thou inquire as to my name? I want to recruit you. What? Huh? You were clearly holding back just now. Is it because you didn't want to kill your opponent? You're good. Holding back? What are you talking about? You're the Goddess Squad. I'm sure you've heard of us. I'm familiar. And join us and we can fight together. You think I'm gonna be on the same team as when this is Neanderthal? You're dreaming. Come now, Red Hood. You don't have to pretend. We know she's just your cup of tea. How about it? Do you want to work together? Dost thou ask if I want to be thy comrade? Yes, we need people like you. Tss. If you defeat me, then I'll accept. Bluewise takes one swing and Scarlet is slammed under the ground. You knocked her out cold. I'd say the recruitment has been a success. I can't believe what I just saw. Mecha Destructor is so scary. That's the commander's nickname for Lilith. Record number 004-1 playback. The commander lies on the ground and stares at the sky, lost in thought. Are you daydreaming again? It's almost time for our meeting. You're lucky I was the one who found you spacing out. If it had been Lilith, she would have given you an earful. There's no meeting today. Oh, really? You drank too much and forgot, you busybody. I guess so. Oh well, these things happen every once in a while. Even Nikkes aren't perfect. Anyway, what's all this about calling me a busybody? Lilith occasionally calls me that too. That's supposed to be my new nickname or something? Do you really not see why we call you that? No, I don't. Think about how you conduct yourself. Like what? Well, to name just a few recent examples. Can you put this here? Maybe not. I don't think that's gonna work. God, you surprised me. What do you want? You should have to work at the warmest welcome I've ever gotten. I'm here to lend a hand. That seems to be the problem. You help with any modifications? You used to be good at assembling stuff back in the day. I'm sure that skill would extend to modifications as well. When you say you assemble things, I'm assuming you're referring to plastic models. Yeah. I knew it. You can't even properly maintain your own weapons, and you're talking to me about being into weapon assembly and modification? I think you're in dire need of a reality check. Reddit puts Snow White in a headlock with one arm and gives her a noogie with the other. Let me go! You know what I think? I think you underestimate me. And what can I say? Fine. Then why don't you give it a try? I'll let you hand it over. Here. Snow White tentatively hands the weapon to Red Hood with a distrusting expression. Hey, you seen that? I've gotten a closer look. I think I've got this figured out. Yes. That's it. You know what model this is? Of course I know. For this type of model, you need your touch in the opposite direction. Wait, if you do that, it'll shatter and... With a high-pitched ting, the gun's various parts are sent scattering in all directions. Oops, because I remembered the direction wrong. Sorry about that. Oh, I knew this would happen. Just go and leave me be! I didn't make you upset, did I? It was a mistake, honest. I'll replace any parts that you need. So line up, why don't you? Really? Whenever I do you, all the time. You're adorable. Oh wait, that tickles. Playback ends. Record number 004-2 playback. Scarlet places her sword back into its sheath. Cutting trees again? You sure a lumberjack isn't your true calling? If I'd have known that you'd have a thing for cutting down trees, I'd have given you an axe. Can't go swinging your sword recklessly like that. Does thou have nothing better to do? Be gone and leave me. You're making me lose focus. Please, if you lose focus just from a few remarks from me, I'd say you're a failure as a swordsman. Why dost thou insist on interfering whenever I am training? Ouch, harsh. You're just so skilled with the blade. It's frustrating seeing you slum it up by cutting up pieces of wood all the time. Pretty tell. Will thou prefer Offer a superior training method? Bet your behind I will, and I'm about to break it down for you right now. Autism was interesting, I must admit. How long was this method thou speak of? So watching this martial arts, being a renowned ancient tome, and it was such a true master of the sword never leaves a mark, even when they swing their blade. What does that mean? Exactly what I said. Here. Is this okay? Writer of the book just tips his sword like so and then proceeds to slash at the leaking part of him. Normally the swinging move would split in two halves, right? Still remain intact, isn't that interesting? Oh. I think I could accomplish the same feat. Oh, really? Peace and eyes. Whoa, how'd you do that? So long as one's hand is steady as thy slashes, a challenge it is most certainly not. And again, try with this tree branch. 'Tis but a mere bagatelle. Try on a tree log if it's even possible. Of course it is possible. Red Hood proceeds to pick larger and larger objects for Scarlet to cleave. Okay, this is the final test. Pray tell. Whenever dost thou make mountains of molehills for this final trial? Because I want you to handle this. Red Hood places a huge fuel tank in front of Scarlet. You can pull this off, I'll concede without contest that you were the finest swordsman there ever was. In pursuit, this will be a most challenging trial. Nevertheless, I shall venture forth undaunted. Alright, looks like it was a bit much for you. Unfortunately, you left a pretty obvious mark on it. It is due to the enormity of the object as well as its composition. An easy task is most certainly not. Don't tell me you've given up already. Aren't you supposed to be the world's best swordsman? If you're throwing it down now, that title might as well be null and void. Not a chance I will press on until I succeed. Hey-ya! You're doing good, Scarlet. You can do it, I believe in you. What on earth is all that racket? What's going on here? Both of you, start explaining. Let's run. May fortune smile upon you. Hey, get back here, you two! Playback ends. Record number 004-3 playback. It's a lovely sunny day, with a pleasant breeze to boot. Perfect weather for going for a stroll, parasol in tow. You're bang on about that, miss. You're looking quite fetching today as well. Thank you for the compliment, but I told you not to call me that. How can I not? You practically exude elegance hauling around that parasol. I told you just as many times not to be self-conscious about me addressing you that way. You always need to have the final word, don't you? I can't stand losing. If I lose, I can't sleep at night. It's the same for me. You don't say. We're practically birds of a feather. Out we are. Would you like to join me for a walk? There's somewhere I want to show you. Oh, what's gotten into you all of a sudden? May I be so bold as to accompany such a lovely lady on an afternoon stroll? You may. Well, that's sweet talk back there, and this is how you're going to treat me? What are you talking about? This, Fred gestures towards Dorothy's parasol. You're hogging it all to yourself. It's meant for one person. Also be warned. Don't think about trying to sneak up on me like you do with Snow White. Ouch! How can you say such cruel things? I have no intention of doing any such thing. I know perfectly well how much you hate that kind of stuff. Good. Although hearing you confirm it kind of makes me want to do it even more. Anyway, is this the place that you were talking about? Sure is pretty. That cliff looks a bit dangerous. What are you doing? Darn, I miscalculated. I was hoping I could nudge you over the edge with my parasol while you were distracted. Like I told you, I can't stand losing either. Wait, you're just having right. Fun, right? This is all a big joke. Let's use our words, okay? You're gonna keep calling me miss. Okay, I won't call you anymore. Just stop aiming that thing at me. Very well. Redhead went outside, rolling his door through withdrawals her parasol. You weren't actually serious, were you? Half and half. However, you did say you would stop calling me miss, so sure, for today. I didn't say until when. So for today, only I won't call you miss. You tricked me! Tricked is a bit of a strong word, don't you think? I was only joking. Hey! Get that parasol away from me, please. Use your words. Record number 004-4 playback. Speech? Rapunzel opens the door of the confessional and sits in a chair. Oh Lord, I have sinned. The filthy book Redhead insisted on showing me keeps haunting in my mind. Perhaps that is why even when I see innocuous things like tree branches, I instead see a man's. Even when I glance at my own staff, I see it. And brushing my teeth and gaze at the round tip covered in water. I'm flowing with light. God, I can't. It just keeps happening. Oh no. Rapunzel's already too far gone. Holy shit. What has happened to me? Has my mind been tainted by that filthy book? Please, Lord, save my mind from impurity. Knock, knock, someone's voice can be heard from the next room. My child. Who's there? I'm the god of desire. What? I've never heard of such a god. Well, that is all because I always manifest myself before those with lustful minds. What? Lustful minds? Ah! Did you hear all that just now? Every last word. Calm yourself, my child. How can someone who serves the Lord be so careless? Steady thy spirit and listen. I heard your appeal. You wish to prevent yourself from getting worse, do you not? That is true, but bundles of black galleon. Is there a way? One must fight fire with fire. Evil can only be controlled by other evil. And so you must immerse yourself in impurity. Your thoughts, your senses, you must bathe in smut. No, even more than I do now. Yes, you must inundate yourself with all that is lewd until you are immune to the wicked pull. But what does that? Until now, you have only experienced wickedness in 3 dimensions. Now you will experience it in 4D. You will experience the real thing. Yes, after all, there is a man amongst us. You must catch him by surprise. Red Hood, get out of there. Huh? Red Hood? Alright, you got me. I made your concerns say this and taken them not. Do as I have told you, and you might yet be able to escape from your troubles. You look deep inside you, and you will find that your desires have been left unfulfilled. Ah! I told you to get out. Alright, I'm coming. You're gonna yank my ear off. Rapunzel, I'll be taking Red Hood with me, so you'll be on your own. If you need to let off steam, feel free. Ah! Red Hood! Oh, good God. Record number 005-1, playback. Commander, I'm going to head out for a bit. What? Again? What do you mean? It's been a long time since I went out. Not that it's in my business, but you shouldn't go out there as often as you do. It's hard not to. Okay, go on. How long will you be? Maybe 3 hours? Do you need company? Do you mean an escort or someone to talk to? The latter. I don't think so. I want to be alone. Okay, be safe. See you later. Her name was Flowerfield. Hello. I promised myself I wouldn't come here again, but here I am. We're all together now. Snow White, Rapunzel, Dorothy, Red Hood. Then there's Scarlet, who isn't a Grimm's model, but we'll skip this for now. At any rate, we're much more of a cohesive unit now. At first, everyone was at each other's throats, but now things have settled down. You remember what you always used to say? You wanted to become a beacon of hope for humanity. Your wish is coming true, and will continue to do so. It would have been nice if you were here with us. You'd have had so much fun. I think you'd really get along with the people here. I asked the same question incessantly. Who was the first Grimm's model? Where is she? I try to brush it all off, but I can feel my heart sink every time I do. I try to forget, but how can I when people are constantly mentioning you? I miss you. I'm going. See you again. Record number 005-2, playback. Commander, I'm going out. Okay, I'll be back. Today I'm coming with you. Is that forbidden? That's not it, it's just... Now let's go, you'll be my escort. A nameless Flowerfield. I realized when the commander stared into the sky without saying a word. You know, I usually talk to myself when I'm here. I don't think I can do it with you around. Could you go somewhere else for a bit? No, what if something happens to me? Why are you even here, Commander? It's not like you contributed anything. I'm going to burn this place down. What? You're always in a funk whenever you come back from this place. There's no way for a squad leader to act. So I'm not allowed to feel sadness, is that it? You have to endure it. If you can't, then you shouldn't come here. Then you come here constantly. Let me ask you something. Why do you come here? If you come here and speak into the void, do those who have lost talk back to you? Don't call her that. That's what she is. She's dead, out of commission. Don't treat her death so flippantly. You haven't answered my question. Why do you come here? The fact that she's dead is due to no fault of your own. Part of it is my fault. The first Grimm's model was created based on a prototype, which was you. The proper adjustments weren't made during her creation, and she couldn't handle the physical strain, leading to her death. The lessons learned from that mistake mean that all subsequent models did not have this defect, and thus were safe from harm. Where in the equation are you remotely at fault? Besides, this is not even her final resting place. She was scattered all over. This is the last place where we talked, and the lily-wise flower blooms here as well. Even now, only one lone flower has bloomed. I thought there was somehow a significance to that. There's no greater meaning behind it whatsoever. Under the right conditions, the flowers can bloom just about anywhere. Don't go trying to attach meaning to something when there is none. I see you have no intention of comforting me then. Glad you got the hint. You head back first. I'll follow you once I burn this place down. Okay. I'll admit that I've been weak. She was someone very close to me and I was too attached, so I haven't gotten over it just yet. I will not come back here, truth be told. I knew from the start this place wouldn't assuage my sorrow. I simply keep her here in my mind. Good, then let's burn it. No, don't. Why not? You'll only come back again. I won't. Can you promise me? Yes, I promise. But you have to promise me something in return. What is it? When we die, please don't do what I did. If you all die, I'll more than likely have perished along with you. But if you don't, promise me that. No. When you die, I'll visit your graves every year and I'll cry my eyes out. Please don't do that. If you don't want that to happen, then don't die on me. I'll do the same for you. Okay, let's make a promise. Camera disconnected. Quite lovely. We're almost done with the collectibles of Red Ash. Record number 006-1 playback. Reddit said there was good material on the human body here. Rapunzel rummages through the drawer. Like a videotape? Rapunzel grabs a videotape from inside the drawer. Body talk? This must be it. How do I play it? Ah, here it is. Rapunzel inserts the videotape into a video player connected to TV and presses play. I'm not going to repeat this. I will just give y'all a moment to read it. Rapunzel, invisible shock. Oh my goodness, what is this? Rapunzel quickly covers her eyes with her hands. Then she peeks through the slight cracks between her fingers. Good God, how is that even physically possible? No, I can't watch any more of this. I should be studying instead of watching such obscene footage. But is this not studying as well? Studying the human body? Yes, that's it. It's valuable research for me to better understand the human body. Ah, no, what am I thinking? Ah, save me, Lord. I think it's obvious what she's watching. But then again, this is a perfectly reasonable way to learn about the human body, so it's not. Yes, I need to educate myself on these matters just for a bit longer. Just a little. Ah! Rapunzel removes her hand from over her eyes and fixes her unobstructed gaze on the TV. Rapunzel, what are you doing here? Rapunzel quickly turns the TV off. Rapunzel just as quickly removes the tape from the video player. Tosses it back in the drawer. That was just her. Man, woman, no, I mean, the next email, you know, not that the union of yin and the yang. Huh? Sorry, I was watching the mysteries of the human body. Huh? Yes, the human body is such. It's truly such a mystifying construct, is it not? So very interesting. I don't have a clue what you're on about. Then, never mind, it's nothing important. Why don't we head outside? Do you want to go for a walk? A walk right now? Rapunzel drags Snow White out. Hey, wait a second! Playback ends. Record number 006-2, playback. Where did I put it last? I'm sure I tossed it back into the drawer. Rapunzel starts digging through another drawer. Is this it? Ah, found you. You vile, corrupted video. Rapunzel pulls out the body cut paper from the drawer. Something substance in ways that can't corrupt any more people. Rapunzel puts the tape into the fire. Good, now it's been safely stored away. No, I'm suddenly feeling lightheaded or whatever. Should I do? Rapunzel starts to wobble dramatically. And accidentally presses the play button on the video player. What are you? Look at that! I pressed the play button by mistake! Darn. Rapunzel stares transfixed at the screen. No, if I keep watching this, I have to shut it off. Oh, good God. Let's shut it off. Okay, a bit more then. Just a little more. Full Rapunzel. Rapunzel bolts upright and smashes the video player. What are you doing? What are you doing here anyway? I was transported to another world. And now I've destroyed the portal that leads to that world. There's no way there anymore. Rapunzel staggers out the door. Playback ends. Oh, good God. Record number 007-1, playback. Is everyone watching? Rather than pontificate endlessly, I'll cut to the chase. The situation is worse than I thought. I'm thinking it might be some time before we are able to return. I know you don't understand. Even if it's an order from the higher-ups, why did Lilitha and I both have to leave? I can't tell you the details, but what I can say is that it's not a decision that was made lightly. Anyways, stay safe so we don't have to worry about you. We'll try our best to hurry back, so don't worry. Well, I suppose that's it. Lilith, hold. Playback ends. Record number 007-2, playback. Hello guys. I arranged for this video to automatically be transmitted to you upon the termination of my life signals. I've always hated that term. But I suppose you could consider this my last will and testament. Anyways. We came into contact with each other and the world around us without knowing much about it either. We fought together, laughed together, cried together, and went through a lot together. You met the commander, fought for humanity, becoming a shining beacon of hope. We bid farewell to some dear friends and saw the world crumble around us. There were times when we wanted to give up. I know because I felt that way too. But please, never forget anything that you've overcome. You've kept the entire human race safe. You saved this world. Whatever you do and wherever you go, nothing will ever change that. Be proud. You've earned it. I'm so happy. I was able to meet all of you. I don't want to leave. I hope you never get to see this. Still, if by any chance you are watching this, please do me one last favor. Take care of this world and survive, my beloved friends. It's the same video that we saw at the beginning of Overzone. Done. Okay. And should we go? Any final words for me? Do I have to say it? Sometimes you want to hear certain things for yourself. Commander, please return alive. I'll be coming back and so will you. Good. So what those lost relics tell us about Goddess Squad. We all know the Goddess Squad. I'm kind of just thrown together. They went through a lot of shit. And, yeah. Was, yeah, there was a lot of shit that they went through on missions and outside of missions. And that's why they were so tight-knit. Because they've been through lifetimes of shit together out on the battlefield and off the battlefield. Which is why when Red Hood supposedly died, it was so tough for him. And then when Lilith died, they were devastated. Let's be real. They were missing two of their integral members that stopped them from fighting. That's why shit kind of deteriorated during Overzone. Two of their integral people or AWOL. Dead, presumed dead. One of them actually dead, for sure. It wasn't easy for them. So they were more prone to fighting. And also Snow White had her mind switch. Well, tab out some music isn't interrupting me as much. But yeah, they did some tough shit. But yeah. It wasn't easy for them. It wasn't easy at all. And then, oh god, it's really hard to like get into that. But next we'll cover, because I apparently discovered yesterday, although I am not able to fully cover in the mirror, the lost relics that I picked up from in the mirror are right there to the right. Those are the blue chips. And as far as hidden lore that's in the mirror game, or the in the mirror event, some of the most shocking and mind-blowing revelations to the lore were made from those lost relics we picked up. I plan to fully cover all of the other hidden lore and in the mirror too when it comes out. I'll probably have an entire stream dedicated to in the mirror, by the way. An entire stream. And that's just how much there is to cover in that event. I could probably go 8 hours and not have covered it all. But here we about to do some mind-blowing revelations, and I will fully describe the implications of what these lost relics are revealing. Corruption report. This report concerns my observations thus far on the phenomenon called corruption. So, the corruption report is data on the corruption left by Red Shoes. Red Shoes was one of the second generation of Grimm's models, alongside Cinderella, Siren, also referred to as Little Mermaid, Hansel and Gretel. This report concerns my observations thus far on the phenomenon called corruption. Corruption is a technological invention from the Raptures which induces temporary paralysis in Nikke's nervous system. There's currently no known method to counteract this process, but since the effects are mild, the risk level can be considered low. Corruption could be considered a low risk level. It has also been confirmed to be non-contagious, however, being rendered immobile even for a brief moment can be fatal in the battlefield, so caution is advised. The rapture that causes corruption utilizes a specialized tentacle-shaped apparatus. The tentacles physically penetrate the Nikke's body, inducing corruption. The duration of the resulting paralysis varies depending on each Nikke, but the specifics have not yet been identified. Additional tracking and observation will be necessary. For the remainder of the lost relics, I'm going to turn audio output capture off. Although we performed an autopsy on a Nikke in a state of corruption, no significant abnormalities were found. There were only external wounds from the tentacles, and no unique substances were found internally. We therefore presume this to be a work of some kind of microorganism or virus. As Nikkes are mechanical in nature, it is recommended to narrow the scope of inquiry to only viral strains for further investigation. It has been confirmed that corruption forcibly issues a command to the nymph. What we are seeing is not paralysis, but rather a command to cease all actions. A kill switch. There also appears to be a partial connection to verbal commands. While it may be possible to implant other types of override commands, at this point in time we have not seen any case exhibiting anything other than the disruption of physical actions. Further tracking for additional cases is necessary. So far, the only cases discovered are related to the ceasing of physical commands. Numerous antidotes and vaccine programs have been attempted to treat the corruption, but none have proven effective. Fortunately, thanks to nymph's natural defense capabilities, the invasive bodies cease their activity within a short period. Since there are still many things about nymph itself which remain unclear, proactive treatment is currently impossible. Until we know more about nymph, any research on the treatment of corruption will be temporarily halted. Corruption report, unofficial. 1 of 2. Since we have confirmed that corruption affects nymph, I believe our research should proceed in a new direction. But for some reason, the higher-ups have prohibited any further research. I feel like we're so close, I can't stop now. This record is a compilation of all the research I've conducted unofficially. I firmly believe that in a distant future, the world I desire will arrive. This data will be a monumental achievement marking the beginning of such a new world. Preparations are required. I must seize a rapture that induces corruption and prepare a batch of mass-produced Nikkes. Convert the facility into a laboratory more conducive to conducting experiments. Prepare sufficient sustenance to recharge the rapture's core. It weighs heavy on one's heart, but it must be considered a necessary sacrifice for a harmonious union in the future. Someday there will be those who understand that my intentions are noble. At this point, I already understood what she was trying to do. I'll go into that in a minute. Corruption is coded in a way that humans can understand. This means that you can embed the command you desire within the corruption's code and make the NIkke carry it out. After injecting corruption with the command impelling test subject 13 to constantly shout ahead, she followed the command faithfully for the preceding 3 minutes. She then returned to her senses, and the subsequent autopsy confirmed that no traces of corruption remain thanks to NIMP's natural healing properties. These aforementioned healing abilities are proving rather troublesome. I want to extend the duration of the commands being input, but I lack sufficient knowledge of NIMP. For now, I need to determine how far I can push it. Any action embedded within the corruption functions as an overriding command without exception. For test subject 49, corruption with the command to induce self-harm was injected, which is subject executed precisely as ordered. Any and all commands in the code assume absolute authority over all else. Corruption transforms the nymph itself, which NIKKEs are incapable of resisting. You can essentially make them do anything. However, the short duration of corruption remains a sore spot. I used my connections in VTC to acquire my personality data. They soon found out about my dream of unification, and I was forced to make martyrs out of them. I injected the corruption containing my personality data into test subject 134, and something incredible happened. Several unique behavioral patterns appeared. Not only did the subject attempt to protect the rapture, she also became hostile towards NIKKEs. The subject acquired the mindset of a rapture. Interestingly, the rapture did not view the NIKKE which had received the corruption as an adversary. The path to unity has been revealed. However, test subject 134 ended her own life as soon as the corruption lifted. The brevity of the duration remains a serious issue. I've tinkered with the personality data countless times and subjected numerous test subjects to various environmental conditions, but have yet to achieve any real breakthrough. After the corruption lifted on test subject 251, she cried and shouted incessantly before attempting to flee. I had to dispose of her. However, watching her flee brought me to a sudden realization. The rapture had found a way to touch the nymph without any encouragement on my part. If I give them just a little push, a great leap forward is inevitable. I captured 10 raptures and planted the corruption with my personality data, and then released them. More wonderful news. Reports of strengthened corruption are flooding in. The duration is greatly extended, and the time required to manifest has been significantly shortened. Behavior patterns have become much more diverse. The NIKKEs are now truly living for the raptures. What magnificent creatures the raptures are. Awe-inspiring, even. Though there are reports that affected NIKKEs repeat the last thing they did or said due to resistance from the nymph, in the end they are completely subsumed by the corruption. The path to unity is within reach. I must keep moving forward. It has been some time since I left a report. The corruption has evolved to near perfection, but there's still one last step remaining. I must confirm what happens when a Grimm's model is infected with corruption. If my hypothesis is correct, the rapture will not consume the Grimm's model as a disposable asset. Such powerful NIKKE would be considered valuable even to a rapture. I'm so excited that I can hardly sleep. What will happen? What will happen? What will become of Cinderella? It's done, it's done, it's done! I've done it. I've actually done it. Cinderella is now more beautiful, more perfect than ever. Beautiful Enichiro, oh beautiful Enichiro. Lead me down the path to unification. Do you know? You've been chosen by the Raptors, or more specifically by their queen. Not just anyone can become a heretic. Only NIkke selected by the queen can be reborn as heretics. By unfastening their personalities and replacing them with my own advanced personality data, I carefully guide NIkkes along the path to becoming heretics. Not every NIkke receives this honor, so Cinderella, take pride in yourself and always remember you were at your most beautiful when you were in Shiro. Okay, guys. Y'all understand what this means. I will break it down. Corruption was never what it once was. All it was a stopgap that made a NIkke stop moving. And it wasn't permanent. Red Shoes fine honed the corruption. She evolved the corruption, gave it back to the Raptures for them to evolve even further. And then when she received the corruption back, the most advanced form of corruption, the corruption as we have it today, she implanted it into Cinderella. Red Shoes was the one who corrupted Enichiro, or the one who corrupted Cinderella and made her Enichiro. Red Shoes is the root of corruption being what it is today. You don't understand how much of a plot twist that was when I played in the mirror. That turned so many things I thought I knew over on their heads. It was literally the same level of shock as learning that Lilith, or the previous incarnation of the Queen of the Raptures, the current incarnation of the Queen of the Raptures was born from Lilith's head. Lilith is the current incarnation of the Queen of the Raptures. Although she's not what she once was anymore. She's not Lilith anymore. And that the way to kill the Queen easily would be to show her Lilith's body. When I found that out in chapter 20, after playing through Overzone, that was one hell of a plot twist. Finding out that Red Shoes was the root of what caused corruption to evolve to what it is today, and that she is okay. Not only is she indirectly responsible for what happened to Red Hood, she is directly responsible for what happened to Cinderella. And that hundreds of years after her death is still responsible for every heretic that has become a heretic and every death caused by corruption. Whether it be corrupted NIkkes killing other NIkkes, or other NIkkes having to kill corrupted NIkkes. She is actually not even indirectly anymore. She is directly responsible for all of that. That was a lot to take in. Just think about that. Just take a moment to think about that. Yeah. Well, now it's time to get into the rest of the. Okay, a man's memoir. The memoirs of a man sequestered inside a bunker. It's been 4 months since I entered this bunker. There's only canned food, but at least there's enough to go around. There's a stable power supply as well. I know the army will come to my rescue. All I have to do is wait. They'll exterminate all those insect-like machines we call raptors and take me away from this place. Until that day comes, I have to hold on. And that was in February. August 21st. No one has come to my rescue. Has the army been defeated? That can't be. The TV said we were winning the war against raptors. They just haven't found me yet. I'll have to try to make the SOS signal stronger. I'm a bit worried about the power, but help will be here soon enough. Everything will work out in the end. December, it's been almost a year now. Used up the last of my rations. Plenty of power remaining, but electricity doesn't put food in my stomach. It's time for me to go outside, I wonder. Have I been afraid of nothing this entire time? All right, I'll go outside. Perhaps people will interview me when they see me. They'll tell me the war has been over for some time now, and I'll look like a right fool for staying in this bunker for as long as I have. I'm setting out tomorrow at sunrise. I haven't seen another human being for ages. My stomach is already in knots. Guide to Surviving on the Surface, author unknown. So that man's memoir, that was that was during the first Rapture invasion, is what we can gather from that. When he thought they were winning the war, he was probably referring to broadcast about the Goddess Squad and their victories, which, in every manner of what was going on, weren't really victories. Because while they were winning in confrontations with the Raptures, they were still losing the war. You know that they were still losing the war. Survival Guide 01. Don't make any loud noises. When conversing with others, keep your voice as low as possible. Watch your footsteps and tread carefully. Shooting is a guaranteed way of exposing yourself. In other words, it's better to ignore armed marauders. If you fire your gun, the first bullet that is ejected will seal your fate. Throw away everything but canned food. Avoid areas near ponds. If you want to go anywhere, don't move an inch until it's been 10 minutes since you last heard rapture gunshots. Never lie down unless you're in an enclosed space. If at all possible, sleep with your body tied up. This way you won't move during sleep. If someone you're with has a habit of talking in their sleep, snuggling up to them is the last thing you want to do. Keep your distance. That way your partner may be a goner, but at least you'll have a chance of surviving the night. That's the brutal realization. That's how to deal with strangers. Trying to intimidate them with a weapon is useless. If anything, it'll only be counterproductive if the people you're up against know about tip number 1. After you've gotten what you want out of them, go after their legs. Raptors will only move on to the next location after clearing the other. This will buy you time. How to keep your humanity. Get started on a good noose. Basically, hang yourself. Because If you want to keep your humanity, it's better to just die, is what he's saying. Call log 017515. A call log left on his cell phone. Honey, have you seen the TV? It's near our place. Yeah, the whole area is crawling with soldiers. What a mess. Really? This is all a bit unsettling. But they haven't told us to take shelter or anything. Well, don't go outside just to be safe. I won't. I'll stay home and tuck into a good book. Okay, I'll call you later. Okay. Jesus, now they're sending tanks? Now they're sending in tanks? Tanks? More and more soldiers are gathering outside. Guess aliens really do exist. Don't be ridiculous. This is the first time I've seen something like this. It looks pretty serious. Should we hide? Why? You don't get to see this every day. Hello? Are you alright? I'm okay. I tried getting out as fast as possible, but something didn't feel right. Get out of there now. I can't. The roads have collapsed. Well, you can't stay there either. Use your legs. I told you I can't make it. Well, what should we do then? I don't know. Honey, the soldiers are broadcasting something. I'll call you later. Run! Those missiles they launched are heading straight for you. What are you talking about? They told us to stand by. The news just said the missiles are. Ah! Honey, what is this? What are those things? Honey, don't come any closer. Don't! Honey? And he just continues screaming. The rapture's invaded. And it happened on a call. The last time she ever heard from Honey again, I'm telling you that much. Quite unfortunate. ARC lottery ticket. Text document written by someone. I heard Henry downstairs has won the ARC lottery. Unbelievable. That freeloader hasn't had a decent job his whole life. Some upstanding citizen he would make. Surely there's been a mistake. I checked and the data is correct. Why not me? I asked them why Henry was the one who won, but they told me it was classified. Now I'm positive. Henry bribed someone at the lottery offices somehow. Becoming an art citizen is the greatest glory one can hope to achieve. Does he really think he can buy his way in there? Well, he better think again. I went to see Henry. I told him it was a waste letting someone like him inside the Ark, and that he should give the lottery ticket to me. Henry flashed that stupid grin on that he's always got plaster on his face and said, "Sorry, no can do." Damn him, an ingrate like him doesn't deserve to go to the Ark. I got it. The ticket had some stains, but I managed to get all the red out. Now I can become a true Ark citizen. Those with talent are the ones who should prosper and contribute towards mankind. All for humanity. Basically, he killed his buddy. Because by the grin, like, they seem to be friends. They seem to be living in the same place. So they seem to know each other very well. But the author of that killed Henry to get into the Ark. Because the Ark didn't have room for all the survivors. So they issued lottery tickets. And if you got a winning ticket, you were allowed inside the Ark. That's why when those refugees were killed in Red Ash, all those members that had a winning ticket, all those refugees that had a winning ticket, the other refugees patted them down. They wanted to give the tickets to other people. Because not everyone had been lucky enough to earn their way inside the Ark. Goddess Squad report. Sent into battle immediately after retreat. Result: a complete victory with an average damage rate of 2%. Carried out 20 operations in a 2-week time span. Result: 100% completion. Battled with Codename Ultra. Result: victory with an average damage rate of 72.3%. So Ultra was like top of the chain back then. Corruption inducing rapture. It's probably one of the very few tyrant class out there. So this is huge. Stage 1 corruption confirmed. Result: disposal. No one knew what this meant at the time. Because no Overzone. I'm not sure Overzone was out by chapter 12. Maybe not. Maybe it was. I think it might have been. But is clearly referring to Red Hood. Executed Operation Ark Guardian. Result: 72% of the target achieved. That was referring to Overzone. Overzone happened during Operation Ark Guardian. NIkke subject recruitment. Please contact the 3 manufacturer research centers nearby for more details. Are you doing your best for humanity? Or round 2. Please contact the 3 manufacturer research centers nearby for more details. Eligibility criteria: adults age 20 to 30. Your resolution is vital to the continuation of humanity. Please contact the 3 manufacturer research centers nearby for more details. Eligibility criteria: females aged 10 to 25. No requirements for the health status. However, an extra examination will be performed by the research center if you have a brain disease. Hello, this is a call log, a research institute's call log. 10:01 a.m. Hello, this is the Missiles Research Institute. I'm calling about donating. I'd like to become a NIkke. Okay, can I have your name, please? Rachel Hope, Hope. All right, Miss Hope. One of our researchers will pay you a visit shortly. So, will I be turned into a member of the goddesses, like in the ad? Of course, there's a high chance you'll become even more exceptional than that. 2:49 p.m. Hello, is this the Missiles Research Institute? Yes. My daughter, Rachel Hope, participated in an NIkke experiment not too long ago. That's right. Can you tell me what has become the experiment? I'm afraid we're not at liberty to disclose such military secrets. But I'm her mother. We're terribly sorry. Please understand. 11:39 a.m., presumably the next day. Hello, this is the Missiles Research. You've turned my daughter into a monster. How can you sleep at night? Silence. You told her she'd become just like one of the Goddess Squad. How can you even deceive a little girl like her? She starts crying. We have no way of anticipating the results of any experiment. If you can't, then who? Silence. I'm going to sue you to Kingdom Come regardless of how it costs me. A poster against NIkke experiments. This is when Nikkephobia started to show up. The big three should put an immediate halt to all NIkke experiments. Stop turning humans into weapons. My daughter, this one right here refers to the woman in the call log. My daughter volunteered for the experiments when she was 18. She was such a kind girl and dreamed of saving the world by becoming a NIkke, just like the goddesses. However, she only ended up as a nameless clone that was identical to 30 other subjects in the experiment. What's more, she couldn't even recognize her own parents. I thereby insist a thorough investigation be conducted on the big three and their research institutes. Reasons why you must not participate in the NIkke experiments. Mortality rate is as high as 67.7%, meaning that around 68% of donors die. More than half of the remaining 32.3% become mass-produced models. 99.7% of those who become NIKKEs suffer from side effects, amnesia, psychosis, etc. This was when NIKKEs first started upping production. Right after Goddess Squad was deployed. That's one of the dark truths about the early stages of NIKKE development. Mortality rate exceedingly high. About 15% of those, no, about 16% become mass-produced models. And almost all of those who become NIKKEs suffer from side effects, amnesia, psychosis, etc. The sole exception were the Goddess Squad, and even they did not have 100% of their memories from when they were human. They remember a lot of their later years, but much like someone may not be able to remember their days as a toddler, they don't remember a lot of their earlier days from when they were human. Even though they were only 10 to 25 when they were turned into NIKKEs. They were really young. Chat log, early adopter TXT. Chat logs of an anonymous user. Early adopter, I'm at the shelter. A fan. Wow. This is just like a game. Now that there's a food shortage in the shelter, people have become like rabid dogs, turning against each other. Suddenly, the heroine rides in town, brings word to the townsfolk, then rides off into the sunset once her job is done. Early adopter. Will you grow up? How can that ever happen? This ain't some cheap novel. The early adopter. Wow, can you see into the future or something? The fan. What makes you say that? Early adopter. There are only 50 food rations in our shelter, but about 30 starving people arrived at our shelter yesterday. We had no choice but to take them in. But when we did, you should get a look of the people here. The fan. Let me guess. They looked like they wanted to kill the newcomers? Early adopter. Bingo. If this keeps up, I feel like something's going to go down soon. The fan. Hey, you still alive? Early adopter. Nope. There are too many people in our shelters. Some of us were selected to be sent away. Now all their family members are crying, screaming, and making a scene. Feels like a riot is going to break out. Fan. Yikes. Suppose you should skedaddle. Then the adopter, I'd be dead for sure if I did that. And the adopter, hey, is there any space left in your shelter? I've got the runs really bad. I don't feel so hot, but I've been bedridden for the entire week. Now they're telling me I can't stay here any longer. And the nearest shelter is where you are. The fans, sorry, we're full up here. Early adopter, please, you're the only one I can rely on. I've been scrambling from one hiding place to the next for 30 minutes now. I practically rubbed shoulders with an alien just a moment ago. Can't you take me in just one day, please? Needless to say, they probably died. An old and tattered pamphlet that was full of ads. Items from your hometown delivered to your door. Property deeds, wedding rings, belongings of deceased relatives. Everything you didn't have time to take with you. An additional charge of 8,300 US dollars per kilometer applies beyond the battle line. Delivery may take more than 1 year. Real estate trading. A 149 square meter high rise seaside apartment is now in the market, commanding a hefty 6.5 million price tag before the Rapture invasion. This lush condo now will only cost you $66,500 after a fabulous 99% discount. Must be paid in full, no cash, only daily necessities are accepted. Get in shape to survive in these times. Self-defense training. In these times, it's a must. Why, you ask? Because you can run away from raptures quickly. Because you can keep your belongings safe from burglars. Because your fist still can, even if the law can no longer protect you. 4 packages. Last chance of a lifetime. Appreciate the greatest ruins in human history from above in a helicopter. Travel in safe, rapture-free airspace. Applicants must first write out a complete will. Yeah. Because it's not rapture-free airspace, and I'm nuts. Pretty crazy. UFO collection.zip, a collection of screenshots showing posts from a community website. There are rumors of an alien coming down to the surface of the space elevator that triggered huge discussions in the community. We're talking about the lift here. I just happened to live near the elevator and saw the alien with my own eyes. First off, it looks more machine-like than any sort of chimera-ish creature we had been imagining. See the photo attached above. Pretty solid Photoshop skills, impressive. It's way too detailed. There's no way that's real. I'm back from the future to pay respect to this amazing post. It's a shame no one bought it at the time. So the first 2 were before the Raptures actually invaded. The third comment was someone who's now witnessed the Rapture invasion. I'm the person who uploaded a photo and claimed to have seen an alien before. At that time, I only saw an alien as large as a small vehicle, but this time it is totally different. It's as large as a small villa, and shooting at the alien with the cartridge leaves no traces. But then again, the alien shoots a laser from a core-like spot, and the laser punctures a heavily armored vehicle immediately. Though it might be fake, comments. Though it might be fake, it's still funny, ha. Hope there will be the next update tomorrow, ha. The surface seems to be bulletproof. I'm curious about its composition. Adamantium, Gundarium alloy. You guys are too imaginative, ha. I created the recent post about alien sightings, which have blown up. I'm moving together with the army, and I suppose I'll be joining them next week. So what does this all mean? As everyone knows, you're as good as dead using a traditional firearm. I think the best way is to set off a nuclear bomb. Mutually assured destruction. Comments. Yep, my thoughts exactly. Not even a surface-to-air missile could penetrate the Raptor's hide, let alone bullets. Let's enjoy the time we have left. Haven't foreign countries tried nuclear bombs before? I heard they were useless. Is the poster still alive? We never got any more updates. It was on the radio that they're dead. So not even nuclear missiles, nuclear bombs are effective against the raptors. Just think about that for a moment. If we look at that, and then we realize just what kind of metal and what kind of firepower is needed to destroy them. That is why NIkke weapons cannot be wielded by humans. Basically, you know how diamond is like the toughest surface imaginable? Well, Godesium, the metal that the Nikke's guns, as well as their bullets and everything regarding Nikke's is made out of, is stronger than diamond. Commander recruitment. A poster featuring a male in uniform along with some Nikke's. Promising youth, rise to humanity's challenge. The whole human race is waiting for your rise. Fight for glory. Recruitment period July 15th to 29. Consulting and acceptance. Army nearby. Qualifications healthy and strong, aged 18 to 35. Round 2. Commander, let's fight together. Recruitment period September 30th, October 15th. Consulting and acceptance. Army nearby. Qualifications individuals aged 15 to 48. You notice that they dropped healthy. Round 3. No need to fight in person. It doesn't matter if you don't know how to shoot, because the goddess of victory will fight for you. Recruitment period December 7th to 30th. Consulting and acceptance. Army nearby. Qualifications. All that are willing. A girl's memoir. A girl's journal found in a shelter. I left the house. It wasn't my idea, as Daddy actually proposed it. He said he had never taken me on any trips before because we were too poor then. This time he would bring me somewhere wonderful. It's one of the happiest days of my life. That was on July 23rd. July 24th. I saw aliens outside the car window. Their bellies were glistening. Daddy told me they're props for a movie that's filming near us. They were even setting off explosions, which looked so real. July 25th. I played in the amusement park for a whole day. There weren't any other people, and then the roller coasters didn't work either. I still had a great time though, because I hadn't played with Daddy for so long. He promised to take me for a ride on the carousel tomorrow. July 26th. I took a carousel ride with Daddy today, though the carousel didn't move. Daddy hugged me and let me sit up on top of the horsey. We were about to leave when I heard the aliens from the movie making loud noises. Daddy kept saying that he loved me. July 27th. Daddy and I went to the park. I was running around in field when I saw some of the aliens. Daddy told me that they weren't real, but I could tell they were. I cried and asked him if we were going to see Mommy again. But then a lady appeared out of nowhere and beat up all the aliens. When I asked her name, she said she was a NIkke. Now we're in some kind of shelter. When I grow up, I want to be big and strong, just like a NIkke. Enterprise Rapture Conspiracy Theory. Greetings, citizens. For too long, big enterprises have been exploiting our personal information and damaging the environment, all under the excuse of technological R&D. These aliens, hereinafter referred to as raptures, who have appeared out of nowhere, are most assuredly failed experiments conducted by these major enterprises. Greetings, citizens. The Enterprise Confederation, the EC, revealed the existence of what we believe is called the Ark. This is a gargantuan type of shelter that can accommodate millions of people. There is no way it could have been made within a short time. Chances are that these enterprises already knew about the existence of raptors for several decades, but kept it under wraps. Greetings, citizens. It's hard to believe, but the human race currently finds itself on the brink of extinction. The big enterprises are all to blame, Miscellaneous industry most of all. Given their near monopoly on various advanced technologies, they are the only entity that could feasibly be capable of developing something like these raptors. Greetings, citizens. Here becomes the latest news. It has been confirmed that both Elysian and Military Enterprise and Tetra Line, an entertainment company, participate in Miscellaneous Ark project. Chances are that Elysian and Tetra Line are accomplices in this rapture conspiracy. They must be held liable for driving mankind to the brink of extinction. They must also pay for their crimes with their lives. Greetings, citizens. I've been denied entry into the Ark, all simply because I revealed the truth of what was going on with these conglomerates. Now I'm on their blacklist. For those who intend to enter the Ark, mark my words, it's far from a safe haven. Instead, you will find yourself in a hellscape, a dystopian nightmare where your every thought and every word are suppressed. Now, while the Miscellaneous, Elysian, and Tetra, what this implies is that those three, when they created the Ark, knew about the raptures potentially decades before they invaded. And this user in these emails is claiming that they are responsible for creating the raptures. Well, I personally don't believe this is true. There's some possibility that it is. It has just not been revealed in the lore to date. But what is true is that they knew the existence of raptors and concealed it because, one, like the person who posted a picture of a rapture, nobody would believe them if they said about these aliens, these mechanical aliens were real. Nobody would believe them. Two, they would then have to justify what the money they're funneling into building the Ark. And they would likely be put on halt. A playlist from the old times. A collection of music files saved on a device. Just once more. .wav. Look back on the past. Look back on how we've gone through all the it's that happened to us. Been there, done that, overcome them all. All we gotta do it just once more. All we gotta do is to do it just once more. Caught in the rapture. Wav. Rapture, rapture. Chasing after it all my life, and now I'm caught up. It's killing me faster than any drug. Welcome to the Ark. Welcome to the Mankind's Haven, the Ark. Dear President, politicians, CEO, and scientists. The rest should fuck off, because we have no room for you. Amazing to see how music quickly shifted gears in terms of music content during the Rapture invasion. A doctor's memoir. A doctor's diary found in the ruins of a hospital. September 9th. Nurse Kim and I continue treating patients in the corner of the collapsed hospital. However, the other doctors and nurses have long since gone missing. By sheer luck, the two of us remain. So we must carry on in our duties. By staying in one place, we've managed to avoid attracting the aliens' attention. But the medicine and disinfectants are running low. I'm not sure how much longer we can hold out. The number of patients continues to rise, yet there's no sign of a decrease in the number of aliens outside. I feel like this is all a nightmare I want to wake up from. October 11th. I found a memo that I believe was written by Nurse Kim. It reads, I would rather go to the Ark than stay here. By being here, I feel like I'm trapezing around a dark tunnel with no light at the end. To be frank, I agree with her, but I mustn't give up, not yet. Until peace is restored to our world, I intend to stay right here and continue treating patients. No matter how long it takes, I'm sure that day will come. October 15th. I haven't seen Nurse Kim for several days. I can't say I'm surprised as I anticipated as much. I just hope she made it to the Ark safely. More patients arrived today and they had been hiding somewhere outside. I will not leave this place until I've tended to every patient. December 8th. The last patient died today. Now that they're all gone, there's nothing I can do now. When I'm by my lonesome, my mind goes to bad places. I'm famished. When was the last time I ate? At a glance, scalpels and dead patients surround me. Slowly, my mind wanders into the abyss. I was supposed to save these people. I feel like I'm losing my grip on reality. I hope and pray for anyone to come to the hospital before my sanity leaves me. Oh, nobleman stayed to ply his trade as a doctor freely to his last breath. And considering that USD was used in one of the previous, this all is happening on planet Earth. This is set in a fictional planet Earth. And it's heavily implied that this is taking place on North America. So we're either somewhere in Canada, Mexico, or the US. What used to be those countries anyway. NIkke takes place almost entirely in the US, although nobody knows what the US is at this point now. Letters from girlfriend. Handwritten letters to a soldier from his girlfriend. To Jay. It's been 2 days since you were drafted. What on earth is going on? I hope you can tell me the truth if you received this letter anyways. I miss you already. The TV keeps saying it's nothing serious, but I'm still worried about you. It's been ages since I've written a letter to someone. So I'm not quite sure what to write. Promise me that you'll take good care of yourself, okay? Looking forward to your reply. Love you. Heart. Letter number 2. To Jay. I got your letter. Robotic aliens? If you're going to lie to me, you could at least come up with something better than that. Anyway, I'm doing well, so don't worry about me. What you told me is true. I should leave this place at once. Anywhere else would be better than here. Could you give me more details in your next letter? Hurry up and get your phone fixed. I want to hear your voice. Love you. The third letter. To Jay. I just saw the news today, so it is true. I'm sorry for not believing you before, but none of this seems possible. When will you come back? I'm frightened. My family is preparing to evacuate. My mailing address will change, so don't reply to this letter. Contact me the moment you get your phone fixed. Guess we'll have to postpone our wedding until this is all over. I'll write to you soon. I love you always. Letter number 4. To Jay. I'm in a temporary shelter. I don't think this letter will make it to you. However, writing to you is the only thing that can calm me down. The radio said that your entire battalion was wiped out. Please, if you're alive, try and contact me. I kept telling you to get your phone fixed. If you had, I'd at least know if you were alive. Did you ever think about me? Did you ever love me? If I were you, I would have repaired my phone and contacted you so much earlier. I'm tired. So tired. Please contact me. The last letter. To Jay. My love. We will meet very soon. It's either assumed that the raptures got to her, or she offed herself. Climate change report and environmentalist notes. January 30th. Rising sea levels, melting glaciers, and the destruction of animal habitats. Before, they were things I'd only seen on the news. However, I've witnessed climate change in person since arriving here. Climate change is real. Rumor has it that the children in this area had gone to school by sled not even a decade ago. I made a speech on April 5th. I made a speech in front of the local politicians today. When I mentioned the dramatic rise in temperature, ice calving, and ice field reduction, one man raised his hand and had the gall to say, "Sounds great to me. I prefer warmer weather." It took all my willpower not to grab him by the collar and throttle him. What fools they are. They won't enjoy the warm weather when the ocean rises to their necks. June 27th. I've gone over it countless times, but I still feel that climate change is a man-made disaster. If there were fewer humans, there would be lesser greenhouse gas emissions. If there were fewer humans, there would be lower rates of deforestation. In that sense, the birth rate reductions in several countries would actually be a positive sign. Same goes for these aliens that have been such breaking news lately. Perhaps it may not be a bad thing if the world population is reduced. September 3. Factories across the world have been shut down. Half of the earth has been occupied by the aliens. However, on the land which they have conquered, they live in peaceful communities, like the indigenous people of old. There are no humans, but no environmental pollution either. I am unsure whether these places should be considered paradise or hell. December 15th. I've been in hiding for a long time now. When I first ventured out, I saw more snow and ice on the tundra than whatever I'd seen in environmental journals 10 years prior. It's just that there are no more children on their sleds anymore. Perhaps it was never the environment itself that I was concerned about. It was merely whether or not humans could survive in it. Audio portion of a streamer's live, a collection of video files saved by a live streamer's fans. The file is corrupted and only audio can be played. Hey guys, how have you been? It's been a while since my last stream. I'm good, but I'm not sure how things are going outside right now. I can't believe this is actually happening. It's like something straight out of a bad sci-fi movie. What are those aliens anyway? Thank you for the donation, Lone Survivor. I'm looking at the comments. And it's good to know that everyone's doing okay. Take care of yourself? Don't worry, those aliens won't get rid of me so easily. Speaking of which, I feel like we could take them as long as we have the right weapons. Heck, I bet I could take on 5 of those suckers on my own. What do you guys think? That'd make for a crazy video. I better blow up big time, so I'll think it over. Anyway, I'll be live streaming tomorrow. See you guys then. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. The file is corrupted and only audio can be played. This is the second one. Big news, everyone. I was out searching for food outside just now, and I ran into some aliens. They were total pushovers, though. When they were rushing at me, all I do was bonk one head with a piece of plywood, and bam, they're practically disintegrated. Huh? You don't believe me? Fine. I'll live stream tomorrow and prove it. Survivor Man says he'll donate 800 if I send another alien packing. It's a deal. I took a screenshot, so no takebacks. Guys, remember to watch tomorrow's stream. It'll be at 10 p.m. Just don't miss it. Come watch me use these aliens for batting practice. Number 3. The file is corrupted and only the audio can be played. See, I made a weapon yesterday. I took some iron fencing and stuck it to some plywood. That way it's a weapon and a shield all at once. What do you think? Not bad, huh? You can't forget the bulletproof vest. It's all done. How do you like it? Anyway, I can't go out there with just my fists. You've always got to let me arm myself. Thanks to Restless for your donation. Alright guys, check this out. I'm gonna bust up, not 1, not 2, but 3 aliens. Deep breath. Am I scared? Of course not. I'm just psyching myself up. Here we go. Bang. Hey, you bucket bolts over here. Did you see that? Here they come. It's showtime. You see that? Like shooting fish in a barrel. Batter up. Crack. Ah, my arms! Someone. Help. Cracked. Help! Help me! Fucking idiot. Went up to a rapture. Got his arm broken. Got his arms broken, and then got proceeded to be trampled alive, I'm assuming. Doomsday Book. Someone's diary describing the end of days. Mankind's last moments. Human history is coming to an end. New life has been created, a cruel distortion of all things sacred. Cold, metallic judges descend. They did not see the signs. They could not run from the hunt. The end is nigh. God, help guide them in their final resting place. An apostle is born. Man is foolish and disputes the final judgment. He takes the Lamb of God for granted, leaving traces of evil in its wake. Yet God is tolerant and kind. New flesh is bestowed. Man's evil, God's child. The new apostle of God arises. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Prayer for descent. Skeletons lie buried under the frozen earth. Such is man's original sin. They are thy Lord's holy vessel. All shall bow to that direction. For the second coming, saturate the earth with the blood of sinners, and bow to she who will be reborn. Pray to God who will one day descend. He basically saw the raptures as God taking out, smiting humanity. Shopping list. Shopping list, jot down a small notebook. Birthday cake for my child. $20. Cheese. This is in USD. Kelp. $6.62. Minced beef, 300 grams. $6.62. Milk. 900 milliliters times 2. $4. Large cereal box, $9. It's pretty fucking cheap. Most of those. Tofu, 96 cents. Green onion, $3.19. Chocolate bar times 1, 96 cents. First aid kit, $31.22. Saturday, Thursday. Tuesday, prepare emergency supplies. Jesus, this is all in the span of 1 week. Swiss Army knife, 126.79. Emergency backpack, 264.02. Packs of bottled water times 6, 29.68. Prices have skyrocketed. Last mart remains canned meat times 4, various canned food times 29. He's looting these, by the way, now. Chocolate bar times 13, canteen times 4, bottled water times 5, mixed nuts times 19, energy bar times 8. All products sold out at XX Mart. Need to find another shop. Sold out my ass. You looted them. Mobile telecom, collection of spam ads from during the calamity. Sent from an ad, Bank of Hope, Hopeful Future Fund. We should always think ahead and prepare for the future, especially during times of crisis. Dear VIPs, are you still worried about alien attacks? Then we've designed just the fund for you. Special fund service. This crisis will end and we'll pull through together. To get your life back to normal ASAP after this is all over, invest in Hopeful Future Fund now. Maximum annual percentage rate up to 25.5%. 12-month period pre-tax. For more details, please dial 6888 40 to consult our customer service staff. Sent from web. Future Investment TV. Aliens are on the attack. Are you worried about your shares crashing? Text the word future to us today. You'll be able to join premium shares for 2 weeks free of charge. Emergency fixed dividend. Shares related to canned food. The government is conducting a large number of acquisitions for moving to the Ark. The year-on-year increase for these acquisitions is above 20%. Opportunity is knocking. Join us in the winning team after a short verification process. Just text the word future to us. Cancel your subscription for free at 614-555-5678. Loan ad. So basically a bunch of scam ads happening all at once. Humankind card, short-term credit card loan, cash service, user guide. Dear VIPs, are you in a hot water thanks to the recent catastrophes? In order to cope, the government has loosened its restrictions on certain policies. If you want to enter a shelter, you will need cash. We're here to offer you special discounts. General info, no credit score requirements. Interest rate 3% to 7%. Can be used to repay previous loans for integration. Customers with existing card loans or financial institution loans can also apply. Phone 555-9321. Arc raffle ticket ad. So, Arc raffle ticket, the last chance. The alien offensive is expanding rapidly. The government is giving us a final ultimatum. Every man, woman, and child is to move to the Ark by the end of the month. This is the last raffle ticket granting entry into the Ark. This is your last opportunity. If you wish to survive, then hurry and claim your ticket today. They straight up just literally posted a scam link here. NIkke Manufacturing Report Summary. Concise and well-organized reports. Name, Jane. Gender, female. Age, 33. Characteristics, voluntary brain donation. The patient suffered from depression and previously stated she had no will to live. Personality, quite introverted. Result, failure, body disposed of. Body completion, 15%. Meaning she died. Name, Tom. Gender, male. Age, 19. Characteristics, criminal background, healthy. Personality, aggressive, outgoing. Result, failure, body disposed of. Errors present during body activation. And those errors are why you can't have a male NIkke. Name, Nana. Gender, female. Age 21. Characteristics: self-denial, post-mortem brain donation with parental consent. Cause of death unknown. Personality: excellent social skills. Outgoing. Result: failure. Body disposed of. Explosive expansion of brain due to overloading upon normal activation. Additional tests to be conducted after reporting. These were the original NIkke experiments. Trying to recreate Lilith. High school's letters to parents. School letter number. Goddamn, the thousands. Greetings. As always, we thank you for your continued support of our educational curriculum and activities. We hope this letter finds you in the best of health. In accordance with the emergency resolution passed by the Education Ministry regarding the aliens, the school has decided to implement remote teaching and online classes starting on March 15th. To ensure that classes proceed smoothly, we hereby request that you refer to the detailed information below and contact us if you have any questions. Thank you. 124. Dear parents, the unfortunate turmoil caused by the aliens continues. The school has been doing everything possible to provide a safe teaching environment for your children. We would like to thank you for your assistance and support. But Cliff Notes. Remind your children not to make any loud noises. Avoid unnecessary social gatherings and outings. Remote teaching should only be conducted through text messages. No, you close it or you get off chat. Your brother's got 104 fever and the flu, and he's trying to go to sleep. Why is he not sleeping in there? Close the door. Because you have him in there too. You can hear me. Fuck you then. Ah, shit. Do not send unnecessary messages. Ask your children to study the survival guide. P.S. Matters requiring parents' participation and cooperation. Please join your children in learning disaster prevention and have a contingency plan ready. In addition, please ensure that your children speak in a low voice and avoid going out unless it is absolutely necessary. Dear parents, as always, we thank you for your continued support of our educational curriculum and activities. We regret to inform you that due to the surge in alien activities and increasing numbers of missing students and faculty members, XX Middle School will no longer be able to offer classes. In response, the Education Ministry has advised all schools to cease operation. In light of the current situation, which makes it so that student safety cannot be guaranteed, the school board has made the decision to shut down the school on May 20th. It is with a heavy heart that we inform you of this decision. We sincerely hope you and your children remain happy and healthy throughout this. Literally, schools were decided to shut down. Daily Arc news scraps of war-related newspaper clippings collected by someone. Input November of a certain year, redacted year, at 14:52. Time. Daily Arc. Marshall Belmont, reporter. The central government claims that they are augmenting their armaments for the second surface reclamation campaign that is scheduled to launch early next year. In the press conference this morning, Deputy Chief Miles complained, "We will see a boost in NIkke production," but declined to give an actual figure. It is believed that the volume of production will be 100 times greater than that of the first surface reclamation campaign. More. These are comments. Let's rock and roll. The surface is as good as ours. 100 times? Did I read that right? That's amazing. The central government is doing well. We should work hard to reclaim the surface. Every square inch counts. The number of ARC residents is growing every day and won't be long before overpopulation becomes a serious issue and causes inhabitants to start jostling for space. Input September 12th, 9:33 a.m. Marshall Belmont, reporter. The second surface reclamation campaign hits an impasse. Previous statements issued by the Army assured the public that they would reclaim strategic points on the surface by August, after which they would proceed to establish a massive outpost. However, July saw the army experiencing devastating casualties. Nearly 80% of troops were wiped out, putting the fate of the campaign into serious question. Comments: all this war does is increase our taxes and tank the economy. Those in power should resign and be put behind bars. They built 100 times more Nikkes, but that doesn't do much good when none of them can do anything. These damn corporations are bleeding us dry. Rising Star, first victory reported 1 year after entering war. Input July 9th. Marshall Belmont, reporter. After a year-long struggle, some good news finally came from the Second Surface Reclamation Campaign. After reclaiming certain strategic islands, our troops destroyed 7 major Rapture strongholds and managed to suppress the Rapture onslaught. Morale amongst the troops is now higher than ever. One of the key figures behind this victory is the commander who is being referred to as this campaign's New Hope. Our savior, a legendary commander, got us through the first Rapture invasion, and it looks like we've got our new hero for this campaign. Central government should establish a military academy to train more heroes like them. Will we actually be able to retake the surface? I'm so excited. Can I see the sea before I die? I heard that my granny's hometown is part of the land that they recaptured. If only I could go there. Input May 3rd. Marshall Belmont. The central government is looking to take steps towards accountability for the recent failed surface reclamation campaign, indicating a soon-to-be major shakeup amongst the military ranks. A list of has been published containing many high-ranking officers who are to be dismissed from their post, but the New Hope is notably absent. The stellar combat record of this individual has garnered significant attention, and the central government is planning to take them into the fold in an advisory campaign for upcoming military reforms. Some suggestions offered have been the formulation of elite squads and the establishment of a military academy. I say it's a high time our New Hope becomes the new general. I second that. Me 3. What's the point of reforming the army now? They're plugging holes when the dam's already burst. Input January 23rd, 10 a.m. Catherine Wu, reporter. In a shocking development, the commander known as the New Hope, whom many people have deemed the sole positive outcome of the failed recent campaign, has experienced an ignominious fall from grace. Ignominious fall from grace. After first allowing a Rapture, model number blah blah blah, to infiltrate the Ark by accessing the elevator on the 20th of the month, Username proceeded to commit a series of strategic errors on several defensive operations. By the time Deputy Commander-in-Chief Miles stepped in, 60% of our troops had lost their lives. You either die here or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. The New Hope is no more. What? I heard that the exact opposite happened. I heard the New Hope picked up the pieces after Deputy Commander-in-Chief Miles screwed up royally. How could you possibly believe that? Stop trying to defend the New Hope. He's yesterday's news. Basically, Miles fucked up. It was pinned on New Hope, and New Hope was ousted. And that's why Johan carries such a grudge against the Ark. Jonathan report, day 48. My name is Jonathan Cross, age 28. To complete the investigation entrusted to me by the lab, I brought 9 Nikkes to servers, 5 of which are mass production types. This is our 48th day on the surface. I've started to make these recordings because my comlink was destroyed beyond repair in yesterday's battle, and I can no longer report back to the Ark. Day 51, file corrupted, audio only. We encountered a Lord Rapture yesterday. It was a true test of my resolve. My choices were either to have everyone perish or sacrifice half the team in order to save the remaining half. I ordered the 5 mass-produced Nikkes to sacrifice themselves for the team. This turned out to be a terrible miscalculation. The sight of their comrades giving their lives away proved to be too traumatic for 2 of the surviving Nikkes, and they underwent a mind switch. The other two NIkke shot and killed them, but that made their own mental condition unstable as well. File corrupted audio, and we saw it. Hope was a mirage. I can vaguely see something in the distance. Something resembling a man-made structure. I'm positive they're not ruins from before the first invasion. The structure off in the distance seems to have been built using technology far beyond what humans are currently capable of. I'm certain of this, for I saw there are lights on the structure. I also saw the shadow of a flying angel, or perhaps it was a NIkke. We'll go there at daybreak. He's referring to Eden. Day 59. We call the structure heaven, for it seems unreachable. The last two remaining NIKKEs and I walked for what felt like an eternity, yet the structure seemed to become more indistinct than before. Eventually it disappeared as if off into the ether. What on earth is happening here? Was it really a mirage after all? Optical camouflage, day whatever.mp4. File corrupted audio. The last NIKKE is expired. No, that's not right. She had a name. Della. Della has died. She finally succumbed to Mind Switch. She thought she had been redeemed and would ascend to heaven. I remained by her side for some time after she went. Without any NIKKEs to protect me, there was no chance of me surviving on the surface. Spending a few moments to mourn her wouldn't do me any harm. Silence. I'm losing strength. The cold has become oddly comforting. I can see something through the broken window of my hideout. I can see heaven so clearly now. It seems so real, like it never disappeared. I wish I could go there. At this point, experiencing a mind switch would be a relief for me. But since he's human, he can't. I've got to open my window up, guys. It's getting too hot in here. Rapture Anomaly Report. The first part of a report written by NIKKE belonging to the Burrow Squad. We encountered Rapture Horde while conducting an assignment. The result of the ensuing clash was mutual destruction. All my teammates were wiped out, as were the Raptures. I'm the only one left. My legs are broken and I'm unable to crawl out of this cave. All I can do is send distress signals. I don't know if the distress signal ever went through. Night has fallen. I'm terrified of the dark. Luckily, the moon is out and illuminates my surroundings, although only partially thanks to the heavy cloud cover. A damaged Rapture is wandering around the battlefield where we fought. Judging from its make and model, is the first generation Rapture. It's amazing it can still move. However, I believe it will soon break down due to energy depletion. The damaged Rapture is still wandering about. It keeps its face close to the ground. Upon closer inspection, I have realized it is sniffing the heads of my comrades. It has been doing so for a long time. After a long time of doing this, it finally fell to the ground. And the energy in its core must have been fully depleted. A glimpse into my own future, perhaps. An overwhelming sadness overtakes me. Some wild animals are getting close to the battlefield. I don't know much about animals. Are those deers or elk? At any rate, 6 animals are roving on the battlefield now. If peace and quiet are what they're after, they chose the perfect place. Then again, considering everyone's dead, it's no surprise that it's quiet out there. Har har har. That fallen raptor suddenly got up and started to. You may think I'm crazy, but it is eating them. That thing is eating wild animals. I've never seen anything like it. What is happening here? We learned that after the events of Eden, we learned that that's how first generation raptures um, power themselves, eating humans and animals. Rapture Anomaly Report, Part 2. After the feasting, the rapture stood up, seemingly rejuvenated. This defies all common sense. I must have a screw loose. I'm probably just seeing things. Is that Commander and some Nikke's coming this way? That must be a mirage as well. There's no way my distress signal actually made it through. It is feeding, it really is. Why? Why would raptors need to eat? That thing is smiling, I know it is. It's starting to transform. Something popped out, it's changing. What is that thing? What the hell is it? I'm going to be next, I'm sure of it. Down with NIkke poster. Posters written in crude handwriting. The Ark was built for humans. Humans were meant to rule over the Ark, not an AI. We cannot allow NIkke, a man-made creation, to control the Ark. NIkke is taking away jobs. The Ark's weather management, due process, splendidman production, communications maintenance, urban design, infrastructure. All of these jobs and more are monopolized by NIkke. People are losing their jobs. Give the jobs occupied by NIkke back to humans. NIkke is a mechanical lapdog that obeys her master, the central government, without question. Never once throughout all of history has absolutism been conducive to maintaining a working human society. NIkke does not and cannot understand humans and is therefore unqualified to lord over us. We cannot allow her to exert her control over the Ark. Surprisingly enough, we have come to learn during the events of the campaign that NIkke actually does have a pretty human understanding of things. And she can actually make autonomous decisions outside of objectivity, much like a human. To judge someone merely by referring to past cases is not right. There are many multifaceted reasons why someone could be driven to disobey the law. We are not binary ones and zeros who can be judged using rigid algorithms. To allow such a thing is inhumane. We've also learned that she can make judgments if there are no past cases. The Ark could collapse at a moment's notice should NIkke deem it so. NIkke has been granted carte blanche and is run amucks. Humans must take your power back. Pilgrim Encounter Report, a report stored in an old flash drive. I'm a member of Burrow Squad. A while back I came across some Nikkes who were called the Pilgrims. Since then I've developed an intense interest in them and have decided to dedicate my life to tracking them down. Not a single piece of information can be found about these mysterious Nikkes living above ground, but I will never give up. My objective is to have a conversation with one of these so-called pilgrims. The following is a report on all the separate pilgrim sightings I've had thus far. When I was in the Ark, I heard many rumors about a white Nikke. In my wanderings, I finally spotted her in the northern mountains. She was firing at a rapture using a rifle that was nearly as big as she was. I tried to approach her, but the raging snowstorm prevented me from getting any closer. We can assume that refers referring to Snow White and her anti-ship rifle. At first glance, it seemed that she was riding a horse, but upon closer inspection, the outline of the animal seemed more akin to a camel. I tried to approach her, but was unable to do so due to a sudden communications failure. We can assume that was Rapunzel and her jamming hair. It seemed like there were two Nikkes walking together, but I couldn't get close enough to see them clearly. It appeared one of them was subservient to the other. When I attempted to get closer, they sped away with great haste. We can assume that's Crown and Chime. I saw her in a dream. This one is shrouded in mystery. She was carrying an oversized coffin. Now that I think about it, I don't even know if it was a Nikke or a rapture. Could have been an illusion. When I tried to get near her, there was a burst of light and she vanished into thin air. Now, this one, I had no clue who this was referring to. No clue whatsoever. But after playing through chapters after chapter 30 onward, we can know that this was referring to Grave and she threw a flashbang. Emergency news scripts. Emergency news scripts with feedback. Raptures have penetrated block number 150 of the Dome of Eternity. An unprecedented incident has occurred. Raptures have entered the Ark. No need to delve into excessive detail. The fact that raptures have invaded the Ark is what matters. Added word unprecedented to punch it up. 20 minutes after the incident, the central government informed the Ark citizens of the invasion and urged them to evacuate and seek shelter. Thanks to the central government's rapid response time, citizens were all evacuated to the safety shelters in time. Footnote, no need to specify time. Conveying that this response was swift is sufficient. Pointing out how the central government advised citizens of the necessary change, the citizens were evacuated. The majority of Nikkes in the Ark have been deployed into battle with the Raptures. Thanks to the remarkable efforts of the Nikkes who have been deployed to fight the Raptures, we secured victory. No need to use the majority. Also add remarkable efforts to insinuate the certainty of victory more clearly. Part of the shelter was destroyed during the battle, and many people were injured or killed. There are astonishing reports of 0 casualties. Footnote, the death toll should be stated as 0. The central government pointed out that they would step up their efforts to eliminate the remaining raptors. The Ark is safe. Report to my office. This is a report on mother whale subspecies. Voice files recorded during operations. Saw a mother whale that was a different shape and color from any had seen before. Potentially a new species. We'll track it whenever possible. The mother whale is descending to just above surface level, which is clear as day. Could be the process of crashing down. We'll continue to monitor. The mother whale made a rough crash landing on the surface, during which it devoured part of a forest. None of the mother whales we've observed previously have been vegetarians. It is possible there may be another purpose behind this. Small rapture was jettisoned out of the mother whale's flank. Again, this particular model looks entirely different from other pre-existing ones. This decidedly non-academic language is hardly suitable for a report, but it looks a bit rough around the edges. Its diminutive size also makes it appear quite feeble. For some reason I can't explain, its gaze appeared to be fixated in this direction. Something's off. I'm going to be pulled back for the time being. So, we now know that after we reclaimed reclamation site, this report on this mother whale and this rapture was the mother whale that a certain friend reptilian was riding. And this weird, feeble-looking rapture was most likely reptilian. The Cursed Crystals. A commander's diary with chicken scratch handwriting. I was sent on a special rapture investigation mission as the head of the squad. We got a bit of a reputation as a suicide squad, especially when it comes to figuring out what kind of abilities these raptors might have. Still, these missions pay well. It's been a while since I've wired money back home, so I've got a lot of writing on this. We encountered a special rapture, Master Level 1. After a brief skirmish, we secured victory easily enough. It exhibited no apparent special abilities and moved much slower than those I've encountered previously. One unique aspect was the luminescent crystals that were embedded in its body. I heard that on rare occasions, some raptors have expensive ores attached to them, so I decided to collect these crystals. If their color and luster are any indication, they must be worth a fortune. One of the Nikkes who went on the mission suddenly expired, just dropped dead. No noticeable wounds on her body, no traces of corruption. It was like she just switched off. After the other Nikke's eyes mourned her properly, I picked up the crystal that she had been holding. There was this loud crunching sound, which in and of itself wasn't so unusual, but it somehow felt as if I had torn off a part of her. She had clung on to it like grim death, and I was actually quite touched by her dedication. I don't know if it was by my imagination, but the crystal seemed to grow larger in that moment. Another Nikke died suddenly. There we were, walking, and she just collapsed. I heard a tinkling sound when she fell. Not a bang or a plop, just a distinct tinkling. I thought it was because the crystal had dropped to the ground when she fell, but she had fallen backwards and was holding on to it firmly. The last Nikke alive in the squad said she had heard the same sound as well. After mourning her passing, we decided to conduct an autopsy. Inside, her body was full of crystals. Nikke and I were stunned by what we saw. Suddenly, we heard the sound of glass shattering. The deceased Nikke bolted upright and looked at us with dead hollow eyes. We fled at once. I immediately requested an extended leave, while the other Nikke asked for her memory to be erased. What on earth happened back there? It must have been because of those cursed crystals. The sound of that glass breaking haunts me to this day. Take care, my friend. Voice message from a woman. Hello, friend. Wow, this is more embarrassing than I thought it'd be. Anyway, I figured we should have leave you a message, so here I am talking to you through a voice recorder. Is it switched on? Think so. How many years have you been away? Well, it's been a while at any rate. I miss you. I heard that you died in an accident, but when I saw you on TV, I thought I was going crazy. I heard you're something called a suitor now. I don't know what that is, but I'm happy you got out of this place. I think the rest of us will spend the rest of our lives here. This is our hometown. There's nowhere else to go. I heard there's something called an ARC lottery ticket. I doubt I'll ever make it out as far as our little village. I'll simply stay here where I am and drink till I pass out. By the way, Eric and Sarah got married. Remember I thought something was off about them? They denied it at first, but they got married because of an unexpected pregnancy. Eric could have done much better. I don't know if you'll ever get to hear this, but do you remember the birthday present you sent me? The solar-powered cassette player? Anyway, I put it alongside your old stash. You better appreciate what I'm doing, you hear? Anyway, sorry. I'm not even sure what I'll say to you when I finally get a chance to speak with you. We had some great times together. Take care, my friend. All of these recordings were found in Red Hood's house at Reclamation Site 01. Supposedly her best friend, and the cassette that we found inside her house next to her stash was the one she sent to her, the solar-powered one. Died in an accident, but then saw you on TV. I was referring to right after she became a member of Goddess Squad. Diary of the disaster, a tarnished piece of paper left by someone. Trapped in a city outside the Ark. No anomalies detected, sending SOS signals. Found crystals, no anomalies detected, sending SOS signals. Found crystals. Squad members and land covered by crystals. Commander escaped. SOS signal transmitter covered by crystals. Found crystals, rapid crystal expansion. Crystals seeped in the body. Found commander dead. No visible injuries, only one bullet left. Defend at all costs. An audio recording purportedly captured during a battle. Harmony Cube discovered. Harmony Cube discovered. Damn it, wasn't this a candidate for the Ark? Why did that darn whale bring us here? Where's the commander? Melted? Humans. Let's deal with this raptures around us first. We must protect the Harmony Cube. The Harmony Cube on the surface is extremely rare. We must protect it at all cost. Mission accomplished. Alright, it's better than I expected. Let me safeguard it while I attempt to contact the Ark. What? Out of coverage area? How far have we traveled? I must find a way to get in touch with them. I have to inform them about the situation here. I should set up camp here to protect the Harmony Cube. With its computing ability, we should be able to contact the Ark. Hurry. Well, what is that? Is it an excavator? This must be a joke. Does this even make sense? Fire! Fire! Quick fire! and unprecedented screaming. Harmony Cube observation log, a strand in Nikke's diary. Core output at 5%. The core output is about to be depleted. All I can do is sit here and type on the virtual keyboard before I die. I don't remember how I ended up here. I think I was fighting the raptures, but when I regained consciousness, this is how I found myself. The Harmony Cube floats above my head, yet I'm unable to move. The cube appears to be working diligently. A white field appeared beneath the Harmony Cube. Things that look like structures also emerged. They appear to be made of glass. Ah, I see. Since crystals absorb electrical energy, this area is wholly reconstructed with insulators. After all, the Harmony Cube is a machine created to build the Ark. It feels quite versatile. Core output remaining 2%. While watching the Harmony Cube expand its domain, a question popped up in my mind. Where does it source its materials from? Without any supplies, it shouldn't be able to create fields and structures using glass. I observed the surroundings for a few days and confirmed that the nearby structures had become thinner, so that's it. It's using other structures as material. What an impressive technology. It can disassemble and reconstruct things. I hope I can figure out what it's creating before I die. Core output remaining 0.4%. So basically how the Harmony Cubes build stuff out of whatever uses existing materials and anatomically rearranges them. So it can make glass out of stone because it arranges it at a subatomic level. A part of my body has disappeared now. Ah, I get it. So I'm being used as a material as well. It's a shame that I can't watch until the end. Considering myself as the cornerstone doesn't sound too bad. Isling project report. And a little report by a researcher. In order to designate coordinates, we created a supporting disk that is placed on the ground. After conducting numerous tests, we adopted a flat design that is easy to carry and can adapt to various types of terrain. However, further research is necessary to embed a GPS feature. We fired test piles 3 times at the coordinates where the disk was placed. All 3 tests failed due to the operator errors. 3 nearby researchers were injured as a result. Suggests incorporating an essential training course for operators. Move to surface for final testing. PBZ 188.83 desert area. Construction not possible. Reason: material shortage and unit loss due to rapture attack. SBV 81.1 moved to a nutrient-rich forest for material procurement. Construction halted. Reason: material shortage. Note: confirmed that organic materials alone are insufficient. Tests temporarily suspended. Moved back to surface to continue test number 30. NJK 2.00 derelict city. Construction successful. Materials abundant. Note: reconstruction signal detected near the coordinates of PBZ from test number 30. Awaiting confirmation. First phase of testing complete. Deep within the crystal region, NIkke's video recording. Original file damaged, only subtitles remain. I've been lost in the crystal region for days, it seems. I don't know how long I've been walking, but I keep venturing deeper and deeper. Is there no end to this place? I'll try to record as much as I can. Original file damaged, only subtitles remain. I found a location completely different from anywhere I've been so far. What is this place? Some kind of path that's lined with flowers. Since I can't go back anyway, I'm going in. Original file damage. Only subtitles remain. There's something by the entrance made of glass. A mirror, maybe? Further I go in, the more of them I see. They seem to become more intricate as well. In fact, they're more like shields instead of mirrors. It was actually Snow White's or Cinderella's glass slippers that she was looking at there. There's something inside the innermost crystal. It seems to be the raw material that constitutes the glass shields. The space must be some kind of display room for these shields, otherwise it doesn't make any sense to have so many replicas in one place. It feels a bit odd to say this right now, but they're incredibly beautiful. What are they made of? Sound of collision, sound of falling to the ground, and the sound of dragging on the floor. Behemoth founder, unfortunately. Diary of Despair. And diary scrawled with words that are nearly illegible. The four of us met for the first time today. It feels like we can do anything. We are heretics, those who make NIkke tremble with fear. I would know, when I myself was a NIkke, I would tremble upon hearing the word heretic. Now, with there being four of us, the question is not what we can do, but what can't we do. So what should we try first? I'm so thrilled I can't sleep. Tomorrow we'll be meeting the other group. Their names are totally bizarre and tough to memorize. Nihilister, Liberalio, and Indivilia. Not very stylish, if you ask me. Not that I'll ever say that to their faces, anyway. Now that we're all going to be one big old happy heretic family, I hope we'll be able to learn a lot from each other. I'm so excited I can't sleep. A friend of mine got badly hurt. All we did was go over to say hello, and we ended up getting beat up as a result. They called us defective products, said we were fakes. The other two didn't say anything in our defense. I didn't speak up either. My friend cried, but the pain wasn't physical. I'm so angry I can't sleep. We decided to get revenge. All four of us gathered and agreed to give the offsprings what for. None of us had to say anything. I could see the fire in their eyes. We'll get back at those scoundrels. We'll take away all that they hold dear. I feel like I can finally sleep. Having a goal is a wondrous thing. Dark matter is what? A USB-filled text files. Dark matter is liquid metal. It is both hard and soft all at once, possessing the viscosity of a liquid yet the durability of a metal. Dark matter contains nanomachines, which are teeny tiny robots. These machines receive the signals sent by the user and manipulate the dark matter accordingly to alter its form. It's worth noting that it cannot transform into certain items such as weapons or food, nor can it be used to manufacture a robot that can transform form or something similar. The most optimal method is to apply it directly to your body. The ideal approach would be to wield it as a folding water, but not everyone is capable of that. Only someone as brilliant as I, a true heretic, can use it in such fashion. That's why I recommend you simply wear it on your body. Just be sure to notify me before it accumulates too much wear and tear. As it is comprised in a large part of nanomachines, be cautious of that house. Also, just because it looks like water doesn't mean it acts like water. Avoid swimming in it or otherwise coming into contact with it. Hold up, are you even reading this? If I ask you to name a number out of the blue, answer with this. Now tell me if you've actually been reading this or not. So that was by those files were collated by the individual Leviathan. She was the one who utilized the dark matter. That fully covers the hidden lore and the lost relics to date. I will again do more streams and videos regarding this in the future. I will do more videos and streams regarding NIkke in the future as more story and more relics are come out. I also have recently thought about doing streams as well as videos that cover the events that are not part of the main story as well, because several of the events, like the amusement park from the very first NIkke event, was mentioned in the story, as well as the actions and interactions we've had with 6 in the past that were in the Dirty Backyard event. That event was where Moran was released, and that event you don't really have to play through or understand. But that flashback what he had where he saw Moran in one of the recent chapters of the story, that was referencing Dirty Backyard and the events that happened there. I will stop the recording here. Having said that, but yes, look forward to potentially more NIkke stuff in the future.